Hello, everybody. I appreciate everybody coming in tonight. Well, yesterday or the other night, it didn't go well. My internet was on the fritz the other night. They were doing work on my street, I guess, and then because when I was driving home the other night, there was a bunch of trucks and stuff, and they blocked the whole street down. So obviously there was something going on with the power lines or whatever was going on. But I do appreciate everybody being patient, and I apologize for all of that. Much love to everybody who stuck around and understands these things do happen. What's going on, everybody? Obviously, I'll do like an hour stream tonight. I know I'm lying when I say that. Let's do an hour. No, let's turn it into 3-4 hours because that's what usually happens. But I promise you guys, I will not go longer than I'm supposed to. Yeah. So, all right, guys. I hope everyone's having a good night. No, it's a weekday. See how many people come in here. Want to talk Eagles and get this thing going. Henry Butts, what's going on, man? Liddy End Zone. Yeah, we'll catch up, bro. We'll catch up. I read it earlier. We will catch up. The Nest out west of Philly Foothills. What's going on, man? Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a blessed day. Michael Fox, Jalen in the wise words at the press conference. Man, positivity. It was just a bunch of positivity I do love. I'll have a video on that actually tomorrow as well. So I was very impressed. I was very impressed by it. The myth, the legend, the GOAT. No GOAT, bro. I'm a fan just like you are, dude. I just like to come out with news and just make videos for everybody and just enjoy what I do, man. Tronic TVs, what's going on, man? Eagle Slayer, what's going on? Matt Weeks, what's going on? Oscar the Grouch, what's going on? Ryan Rowe, welcome to the stream, man. Marcos Garcia, what's going on, man? Kevin Sass, what's up, dude? Bryce Blackwell, what's going on, man? Deshaun Dupree, what's going on? He says, time to eat. Definite, man. Tone to Shields, what's going on, bro? Hope you're having a good night, man. You guys haven't subscribed to Tone to Shields either, as much as the Nest Out West, as well at Philly Foothills. Click on those two guys. They are Philadelphia Eagles content creators. Tone to Shields just hit 1,000 subscribers a couple weeks ago, and just moving up from there. So do appreciate you guys subbing these guys up. Texas Eagle fan, what's up, Joey? Watching the stream and the Warrior game at the same time. Well, enjoy, bro. Enjoy. StreamYard is so annoying. Like StreamYard, if you guys ever use StreamYard, it's like, I don't know. I need to try something different because this thing, it just gets a little crazy. Philly J, what's going on, man? Hold on. Don't want to mess that up. Okay. Jock, what's going on, man? Shane Rolls, what's up, Joey? How you doing, man? Doing great, dude. Same old, same old. Jonathan Hernandez says, do you think Jalen Hurts is getting disrespect? Oh, 100%. I mean, they have Jalen Hurts as the second worst quarterback. Second worst. They had Carson Wentz as the 23rd best quarterback. I made a video on this morning, and I just couldn't believe it. I honestly couldn't believe the disrespect that this guy is getting as of right now. I just can't believe it. I really can't. I just think it's 4-game sample size. You even have a rank for a guy that got a 4-game sample size. I swear to God, the media hates Philadelphia. I mean, that's just – and I've always believed it, and, the media hates – the media hates the Philadelphia Eagles, period. I think Frank Reich is the only one that believes in Carson Wentz, too. I mean, that's probably why. I think because they say, oh, Carson Wentz is on a pretty loaded football roster right now. Good offensive line, good receivers, good running backs. I mean, he's got it all in Indianapolis. Jalen Hurts, it doesn't matter. I can care less about it. I made a video on it, but you know what? I just want to get it off my chest. But, it hasn't been anything that's been fantastic to talk about. But you know what? This team is going to be tough, competitive. Jalen Hurts' press conference today was very professional, I was very happy with it. Talking about, paying the rent, got to pay the rent when the rent's due. Saying stuff like that, and just talking about how this receiver group is hungry, and then talking about, the competition and accountability that Nick Sirianni is bringing to this Eagles, this team. There's just so much to really go for it with it. You know what I mean? So I'm very happy I'm just getting good vibes from it, guys. Like, hopefully the drama is done. The only drama we usually have that we complain about is Howie Roseman. Other than that, I think this team is sky's the limit for this team. You know what I mean? I think they will surprise us this year. I just don't feel like they're going to have a bad season this year. I really don't. Like, I really hope they don't. But that really all depends on Jalen Hurts. And honestly, Nick Sirianni, what he does with his offense, how, strategic his offense is, big explosive plays, run first team is what I'm expecting. A big wall, running down everyone's throat, doing stuff like that. And obviously, these receivers, Dallas Goedert, the competition is where I'm very excited about. Running backs, corner. I mean, obviously we don't have a starting corner right now, but obviously you have a few guys that are trying out and hopefully going to make the roster and see what happens. So there's a lot to really go into with it. Richie MC says, watching some Mad Dog breakdown of our dismal Lakers first half, but I have 2 ears. That's good, bro. Marcos Garcia says they did Jalen Hurts dirty in the ranking. It's all right. It's all right. Let him prove everybody wrong. Just let him prove everybody wrong, bro. That's all that matters. Josh says, liar, pants on fire, about 1 hour stream. Tony still said, let's get right into it. How fired up were you with that Hurts presser? I mean, that was probably the most exciting thing, just to hear how positive he was. When they talk about Devontae Smith and Landon Dickerson, his face just lit up. I mean, talking about Jalen Reagor, his face just lit up. Jalen Hurts is so hungry and just so ready for the season. And, he knows, I think you just got a mentally tough quarterback, came from Alabama, a mentally tough place to play as well, especially what he went through, the adversity that he went through in college, obviously transferring to Oklahoma and doing great things, you know what I mean? So can't complain about that. Blake Martin says, Hurts is meant for Philly. 100%, bro. I agree. Bryce Blackwell, we still need a cornerback. Yeah, I know. I mean, obviously Steven Nelson has not signed with the team yet. Steven Nelson has been putting stuff on his Twitter. Hold on. My thing was just playing. Steven Nelson has been putting so many things on his Twitter, Eagles related. I mean, I actually did some research. I went on his followers. I went on his following, who he follows. He follows the Miami Dolphins. He follows the Philadelphia Eagles. That's it. I don't think he follows any other NFL team besides those two teams. I went down his whole list of 430-something people, and I see he follows 2 teams. He retweets and likes a lot of the Eagles stuff. Brian Dawkins, football life. I forgot what the other thing was that he did, but, I mean, he's been... I think the Falcons tweet, not the Falcons tweet, it was the tweet from the NFL. It said, Falcons and Eagles will rematch week 1, and he retweeted that. So, obviously, with the Eagles, it's just, I don't want to be disappointed, but, it is what it is. I think Yannick Ngakoue really did the same thing to us. He was retweeting Reggie White and Trent Cole and all these other players. I don't want to get messed up again, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, I don't want to get shanked for it, you know what I mean? Jamal Marsh said, what's up, Shakes? My Bleeding Green fam. What's going on, Jamal? Hope you're having a good day, bro. Good night, I should say. Unless you live on the West Coast. Jaden Buckley, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro? Edward Wright says, Barnett and Zach for an outside corner. I'd do it in a heartbeat. I really would. Derek Barnett, last year of his contract, I mean, I don't know if they're going to trade him. I mean, I just came up with a speculation video this morning about maybe trading Derek Barnett, making $10 million this year. I mean, not the same player. I'm expecting Derek Barnett to walk after this year. That's what I'm really expecting as of right now. So, Kai Gio said, hey, just putting it out there. Steven Nelson follows the Eagles on Twitter, and he liked the tweet of T.O. saying the Eagles are going to win the NFC East. There you go. That's the other tweet I forgot to mention. I knew I was missing a tweet somewhere. That's the one I did not see. Tronix TV says we should have signed Galladay. Well, with what money, bro? I don't know what money. We had at the start of free agency, we only had $3 million in cap space. We were under $3 million. That was it. Deshaun Dupree says this is exactly what Jalen Hurts wants. Jalen wants, to be honest. Even Brian Johnson, his quarterback coach, that obviously played for his father when his father was a high school coach, and obviously looks up to him a lot. So it's nice for them to get. I mean, I feel like just like you're saying, like Deshaunte, like this offense is based around Jalen Hurts. Like you're getting his former players. You have his one of his former idols in his career. You know what I mean? And it just feels like it just all connects perfectly together. You know what I mean? So, Big D, what's going on, man? He said, how about half EB's remaining bank accounts transferred to me so I can get my Suburban? You getting another truck, bro? Get another truck. Kevin Sass says they go ahead at Dallas. We do better when flying under the radar anyways. I agree with that. Alexander Ford, what's the deal with Acho, man? Dude always bashing us. I saw something on Twitter with him saying something about the Eagles. I don't know, but that guy's got to shut his mouth. What do you do with us? Absolutely nothing. Big D, okay, fine. I'll continue grinding. Shane Rolls, what's going on, man? He said the Hurts ranking makes me want to destroy everyone this year and shut the haters up. It does. It really motivates us to we're going to be the team that no one's going to think about. I'm telling you right now, this team is going to surprise us. This team is going to punch somebody in the mouth. This team is really going to be competitive. This team is going to be tough. I'm telling you, it's going to surprise us in a lot of ways. I'm telling you, I don't have any bad vibes. I have more good vibes, obviously, in the offense more than the defense. But I think the defense is slowly coming together. I've noticed Howie Roseman has been putting a lot of depth pieces. He's been signing a lot of these depth signings, which I haven't. Like the new tackle we got today, I do like him. He's a solid backup swing tackle. He played right guard and both tackle spots. And obviously, he's got some technique issues, but this guy's got 11-inch hands. He's got probably one of the biggest wingspans I've ever seen in an offensive lineman, and he's tough. So I think that was a good sign, but obviously he came off of an Achilles injury week 13 of last year. I think he was a former third-round pick in 2016, I think, for the Colts as of right now. So, yeah, I mean, look, there's some sightings that are questionable, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when the time does come. Hold on. Yep. Okay. So obviously LaRaven Clark. Okay, I keep forgetting his name. LaRaven Clark. K. Guido says, "Hey Joey, just putting it out there. Steven Nelson follows the Eagles and tweeted. Yes. I mean, really, at this point, I hope to believe that he wants to come here. I don't know." Jonathan Hernandez says, "How much percent do you think the Eagles would sign Steven Nelson? Percent? I think there's an 80% shot as of right now. I think an 80% shot with how it looks. For how it looks, 80% as of right now. Blake Martin, I don't know how anyone can hate Hurts. I don't know either. There's a lot of Eagles fans that like Jalen Hurts, and I don't care if they do. Obviously, they have their opinion on him, but at least give him a chance. If he's a success or a failure, just give him a chance. You'll see what he could do and just see what happens. You know what I mean? Deshaun Dupree, must be nice to be put in a position like Carson. He always did say it's God's plan. Silver spoon fed right to him, Deshaunte. Really, I mean, at this point, Carson Wentz doesn't have to compete with anybody. He literally just gets thrown into an offense, promised, and has that has weapons all over the place to just see what he does. Give me that first-round pick for next year. That's all I'm asking for as of right now. That's all I'm asking for. Trying to Hurts isn't the guy. That's my opinion. It is what it is. Some people think that Hurts is the guy. I respect your opinion, man. I just want him to have the chance. That's all I'm asking. Just want him to have the chance and call it a day. You know what I mean? Big D. I love how there's no drama anymore for now. Well, that's for now. Daniel Hill, what's going on? Hey, last time we were an underdog, we won the Super Bowl. I believe this team will be a competitive team, and we have a bright future. I think this team has a bright future. Now, it depends if Howie Roseman is still here after this year. You have those three potential first-round picks. Those three first-round picks. We'll see what happens. Obviously, it's going to take some time, guys. You never know what's going to happen with Howie Roseman after this year. I don't know, because he could just throw if the team does bad, all he has to do is just throw the coaching staff under the bus. I think you have a very good developmental coaching staff going into 2021. Find your building block pieces. Get rid of some of your veterans. Your PC needs to restart. No, not happening. God, please don't. Toad the Shield says, nothing like being the most hated. I prefer to be slept on. Exactly. Why not? I don't want to be on the news all the time. I want this team to be that black horse that's rare to see, and just see them come out swinging first game against the Atlanta Falcons. And I will be at the home opener against the 49ers. I'm very excited. BD said, this bastard Dallas fan is charging $18,000 for 2004 Suburban. Ryan Rose says, Jalen Hurts is going to ball out the whole field. That should prove PFF wrong. Yeah, and they will. Their mouths will be closed sooner or later. It will happen. Alexander Ford says, sign Kerrigan. I think we should try to trade Barnett. A lot of people say that. I made a video about it this morning about trading Barnett. It had me really reminisce and say, you know what? Why is this guy making $10 million? Why didn't we at least extend him? This way you shorten that cap number up every single year. Save a little bit more cap. I don't see why not at this point, but, give it a shot. You know what I mean? But Derek Barnett, even if Derek Barnett has a good season, how much trust do you have that he's going to stay healthy, and how much trust do you have that he's going to be like that every single year? You know what I mean? At least, I'm not even looking at sacks. I'm looking at pressures. I'm looking at his just his overall health. He's not playing like a former first-round pick. We drafted him at 14. Nest out west of Philly Foothill says Jalen needs no more motivation, but the more the doubters pile on, the better he will play. And I think you're right. Obviously, he didn't. He said in his press conference he didn't like how everything ended last year. Total mess, total disaster, which I don't blame him. So, Tony still said Hurts had me when he responded to the reporter with, "You said something that triggered me just now." yeah, it's kind of amazing. It's really amazing. That's his DNA. Everything is a challenge in his DNA, and that's what you got to respect. You know what I mean? Rich James, I don't understand why Sam Darnold, Tua, Watson, Hill are ahead of Hurts. That's just the way it is. That's just because Hurts is on the Eagles. That's the only reason why. I wonder if Hurts was on another team. I wonder what he'd be ranked. If Hurts was on the Colts, I'd like to see what he would be. You know what I mean? Trust me, I'm hungry. I'm gonna make a sandwich. Let's see. King Rolex 276 is going on, man. He said with Raven Clark being signed today, what does this mean for left tackle position, specifically for Andre Dillard? Do we trade or keep him? I think there's a big competition there. I think that Dillard will be in a big competition this year. I think so. LaRaven has only given up 6 sacks in 14 games, so it's really not that bad. He's played a lot of snaps at left tackle. He really prefers the left side, but I think he does play. He's played left tackle, right tackle. Actually, let me give you his snaps right now. Okay, so LaRaven Clark, right tackle for 220 snaps, right guard for 318, left tackle for 435. He has played in 1,037 snaps. He's only allowed 6 sacks, and obviously he missed Week 13 due to an Achilles injury, unfortunately, and that's the worst of it. So we're going to see if he could beat out Andre Dillard. I don't think you trade Dillard. I think you keep on the roster. He's relatively cheap. You need as much depth as you possibly can, so, that's where I'm kind of like, yeah, we need as much depth as we can go right now. We got a super chat from Brian Reed. Thank you very much, man. He says, I think Jalen Hurts will take the starting job, run with it, become next franchise quarterback for the Eagles, lead them to another Super Bowl. I would ask nothing more for that to happen, Brian. I would ask nothing. I would really, at this point, he has the mental state of the toughest guy I've seen mentally. And obviously the adversity that he went through in college, and then, I see that who he is right now. Obviously, working his tail off this offseason. Look, this is a year where we have to figure out what's going to happen with Jalen Hurts, how well he plays. He stays on a consistent level. You can't throw 9 picks in 4 games. You can't fumble the ball on your own. That's just what happens. That happened. He was thrown to the fire last year. It is what it is. No chemistry with the guys. That's just what happens. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens, though. We got a super chat from the Nest Out West of Philly Foothills. Appreciate it, man. Much appreciated, dude. If you guys haven't subscribed to the Nest Out West, please check his channel out. If you guys have not, Eagles YouTuber, covers everything, working his way up. So do appreciate that 100%. We got a super chat from Kavan Kellum. He says, "Why are people trashing Hurts? Like, what did he do?" I don't know. I think there's a lot of Carson Wentz lovers out there. I don't know what the case is, but I feel like there's a lot of Carson Wentz lovers out there that don't appreciate, how the Eagles treated Carson Wentz, and obviously are mad because of it. I've defended the guy so many times between the years. And you know what? At that first game in 2020 against Washington, I had enough. And he looked so bad. He looked horrible. He looked horrible. I don't even know what to say about it anymore. I really don't. It's kind of crazy at this point, but it is what it is. Let's see here. Rich Media says national media hates Eagles. I agree with that. Blackline says Tua got benched twice last year. Yikes. And that's how they want to do it. PFF is like crazy. Like there's some PFF things that come out for the Eagles and I like it. But like, do I really take it to, I just take it to, when it's convenient for me, do I take it into like contention that because it's for the Eagles, you know what I mean? I don't. Deshaun Dupree said Hurts had us waiting for his answer like a boss when he was drinking his water. I was looking at that press conference and I was like, he's sipping on his water a lot. Is he thirsty or he's just I could see the smile on his face while he's trying to sip his water. Tony Shield says Hurts had to be raised by wolves. Bro, bet on that, bro. Bet on that. I believe that, bro. Rich Emu said, I think we signed Nelson. He's been posting a lot of Eagles stuff. No surprise if we want to stay in PA. I don't know what's going to happen. Yannick Ngakoue did the same thing, guys. That's why I don't go crazy with these things when they do things like that, because Yannick Ngakoue did the same thing. He really did. He did the same exact thing when he wanted to come to the Eagles. He retweeted Reggie White. He retweeted pictures of Trent Cole. Where to get Philly cheesesteaks. Like he teased us so bad. I hated it. We got a super chat from Smitty to Philly. Bino, what's going on, man? He says, I think it's more to do with us being Eagles fans. Just imagine how everyone would talk about Smith if he went to a more beloved team in the league. Yeah, I believe it, man. Like, look, when you look at Jalen Hurts and what he's done, and if you even talk about Devontae Smith and what he's done, you know what I mean? I don't know what they're gonna. I don't know what the case is with Devontae Smith, what they're gonna do with him on the field. But I'm telling you right now that the media is going to change direction as soon as they have that first game. I think the upper hand of what the Eagles have right now with Nick Sirianni is that there's no blueprint on Nick Sirianni with the Eagles right now. So, this team could potentially be 3-0 beginning of the season. You know what I mean? It could happen because the Eagles have that upper hand right now. I think that's definitely true. So you never know, but it is what it is. Daniel Hill said, if we trade for Gilmore, that would give up what would you give up for him? Not saying we should, though. I wouldn't. What would I give up? I don't know. A mid-round pick. I mean, I really don't want to. I don't want to give up any draft picks for next year. I really don't. I don't think they're even going to do it, guys, because I think the Patriots at the end will ask a lot for Stephon Gilmore. Number two, you got to pay the guy. You got to pay the guy on top of it. So I don't know if Stephon Gilmore is going to be the right guy to really trade for. I mean, look, I understand that. If it was like next year and we were in ready to compete. You know what I mean? This roster is changing so much now, slowly. I'm like, man, do they really want to rebuild this year? I mean, even NFL analysis people are even talking about this team, and they can't even tell if the Eagles are rebuilding right now. They can't even tell at all if they're even rebuilding. So that's why I get really, it's hard to tell. Are they rebuilding? Are they the Ryan Kerrigan sign? I'm just like, why do they make moves like this? Like, why are they doing this? You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be really interesting. Football 204, Shake Squad, assemble. What's going on, man? Buy Shirt Randall, yo, Uncle Joe, what's going on? Ed, the same old stuff, dude. If you guys haven't subscribed to Buy Shirt Randall too, please subscribe to his channel. I've been actually talking to him recently and hopefully get together with him on his channel and talk some Eagles as well. I've actually had a few people want to get on some collab, so I might just do a big collab and let's just do it all together. Might as well, right? TurboTax said for the Eagles, it's literally a win-win situation where Hurts. If he's bad, then you get a QB in 22. If he's good, then you have your QB of the future. Yeah, I understand that. I'm not really liking the quarterback class for next year too much. I mean, I think this, I don't know. I'm not really high on it right now, but it's a win-win, definitely. I think it is. But at the same time, if Hurts does work out, you still got 3 first-round picks, potentially. Okay, this is if the Colts even make the playoffs or if Carson Wentz plays 75% of the snaps, whatever it is, whatever the case may be. We'll find out. But definitely, I agree. Eagle Sarah said Hurts will be a top 10 quarterback. He won't be 10, and I'm not arguing about it with anyone. Wait, he will or he won't be? I'm confused. I don't get what you're saying. He will be or he won't be? Jock says they ranked Jalen 31, but he beat Taysom, Winston, and Saints was number 1 defense at the time. Makes no sense. He's in front of Drew Lock on the rankings right now, which makes absolutely no sense to me at all. Soul Exchange Media says something tells you that the guy was going to sign, then backed out at least at the last second. Who are we talking about? Yannick? Is that what we're talking about? Tony Steele said at this point, I treat free agents tweeting Eagles content as trolling. They really hate us. I agree. Soul Exchange said the more the media dogs us, the more it means the Eagles are going to be Super Bowl bound. Hey, you never know, man. You never know. I'm not really thinking about that, but, Daniel Bozzer Jr. says Cowboys ready to roll. Pluck some birds this year, man. You got a big tongue, bro. Just letting you know on that. But Don't be so underestimated on these Eagles this year. I'm telling you right now. And obviously with Dak Prescott, I mean, yeah, definitely him coming back is huge. Hopefully he plays better this year. Obviously with a very good, one of the best wide receiver cores. Obviously Ezekiel Elliott's working his tail off this offseason. So the Cowboys are definitely a team to be reckoned with this year. Obviously their defense is We don't know what's going to go on with the defense, but we'll see. Big D says this is why the Eagles should go all in on the building their brand on rebellion and resisting the status quo. Jane Bugler says it's different with Nelson because he's a free agent. Yannick was traded and had no say in where he goes. Yeah, you're probably right because obviously I keep forgetting that the Yannick thing was a trade at the end of the day, and he had no control over what was going on. And obviously Steven Nelson is unemployed and can do whatever he wants. So I mean, maybe that's a good thing in a lot of ways. You never know. Ron Rose said, I think PFF is a Philadelphia Eagles hater, and plus, on the other hand, PFF might be a Dallas Cowboy type of his team, have a great quarterback controversy all the time. Yeah, always bad things to say. Soul Exchange Music, I would say the Eagles are rebounding. They have been quietly rebuilding after the Super Bowl season. Yeah, I mean, that's really hard to say that because they had to switch coaches. Obviously, Frank Reich leaving was a huge disaster, and Doug can only do so much. Obviously, he's done better. Doug's done better with backup quarterbacks or any other name other than Carson Wentz. So we got to take that into account. And obviously, these draft picks have not been working out for us over the years, which is kind of crazy. Big D says it's obvious the Eagles are looking to compete, which I can appreciate. I do. I appreciate it. I do. Blake Martin says, I think fans are overreacting about cornerback too because with our new defensive scheme, corner jobs are easier, so it's not as big of a need. I still think we should address it, though. No, we have to address it. We can't leave it the way it is. Unless someone rises to the top and someone if someone totally surprises us, then yeah, definitely, that's awesome. I want one of those cheap gems to come up and say, hey, I'm, and play well. I mean, that would be great. I mean, we're not even hitting it. We're not even doing 11 on 11s or 7 on 7s yet. So, I mean, it's going to be really tough to really analyze anything right now, but I think obviously bringing Steven Nelson in, they should just get it done, and hopefully Steven Nelson does want to come here. If he doesn't, free agency, you got Gary and Conley out there. Could he do something? Does he want to kind of revive his career as a cornerback? They could do that, but it's a long shot with him. Gannon's good with developing corners, but you just have to wait and see. Coco Kitchens, what's up, my man? Matt said the Steven Nelson teaser of Yannick tease all over again to me. Yeah. Well, I think the Yannick teaser was definitely worse. I mean, that was worse. Jonathan Hernandez says, which game are you excited to see the Eagles face this year? I'm excited for them to face the Bucs and the Chiefs this year. I think those games will show where the Eagles are and their offense and their defense. And obviously, you never know, guys. Anything could happen, and we could be surprised. Those games I'm going to be looking forward to because I want to see where the Eagles are at on facing top competition in the league. So that's where I'd probably be excited. Probably the two games I'm excited for are those two games. Turbo said, I think they're making moves like this because they want to give Hurts a good roster, so that's fair chance for Hurts. Mike J says Jalen Hurts will get playoff experience this season. I hope he does. I hope he really does. I'll be so excited. Big D says Dallas, I think, is favorite to win the East. That's every year, bro. Well, what else is new? What else is new? Rich M.E. says, I think we retooling a new philosophy, but a lot of the same fundamentals like building the O-line, D-line. I love Doug, but we need something fresh offense. We can actually be creative. Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a creative offense. I think obviously Nick Sirianni is going to know the strengths of every player on this team and obviously use them to their strengths. I think we're going to be a run-first team. I think we're going to do a lot of screens. I think we're going to use these guys for their speed and what we have. Obviously, moving pieces around, create matchups. I think he's a really good schemer against defenses. And obviously the competition is going to be the main thing going into this camp, and then obviously coming out and seeing what the final product is of what this roster is going to be and what it's going to be capable of at the time. So. Matt says, I can't wait to see a bomb thrown to Smith by Hurts. You and me both, bro. You and me both. Big D said, I'm more worried about how the Eagles play against lesser competition, but I better not see us play like crap against bad teams again. Yeah, I know. I mean, the teams you're supposed to win, you lose. The teams you lose against, you win. You know what I mean? So I hope they're on, we get the right guys on the field. And obviously, Nick Sirianni, we're going to see what he's all about. We're going to see what this offense is. If it's about when he talks about the offense, when he went over the explosive plays, and when he talked about the Colts, and there was video, and he was showing video on all the players, he knew what he was talking about. I mean, he knew about every player he was talking. Sorry, it's my allergies, guys. That's why I'm rubbing my face and my eyes and my nose. So it should be exciting. Blake Martin says Eagles record prediction. Honestly, dude, I really don't know. Like I'm looking, if they win 7 to 9 games, of course I'll be mad at the time when it happens because I want them to win every year. But if they win 7 to 9 games, I see them going in the right direction. If they win at like 9, if they do like 9 and 8, then yeah, maybe it'll work out. Maybe I'll figure they're going in the right direction. But that's what I'm looking for. I mean, there are fans out there that don't even think we're going to win 6 games at all. Like I don't know why that people have so much doubt in this offense and what we have in this offense right now. So I say 7 to 9 games. At least if I say the most, we get 9 and 8, or at least you get at least 10 wins. I mean, look, I'd be happy with that. But I think 7 to 9 wins would be fair for me. Obviously, I'll still be mad at it, but. Rich MC, if Hurts gets the right coaching, he could be better than a former Kyle Murray. Thoughts? I mean, he could. I think, obviously, quarterback coach Brian Johnson, obviously a big figure in his life, played for his father, when Jalen Hurts' father was a coach. So, and obviously looked at his career and, loved being around him. So, obviously, a lot of connection. And, you need a good quarterback coach, not Press Taylor, not a guy like Press Taylor. I don't even know what his job was at that point. So, I mean, it's definitely going to help a lot. Could he be better than Kyle Murray? I don't know. That's we'll see about that. Daniel Bozar Jr. says Matt Weeks a bomb from Hurts to Micah Parsons. Dude, Parsons is a great player. Okay, the guy can't cover for anything. I'm telling you this right now. He can't cover. It doesn't matter if Smith runs across him. He ain't catching him. So I don't know why Micah Parsons is going to do anything besides blitz and obviously make some good tackles and make some nice reads in the backfield. But other than that, the guy cannot cover. I don't care what you say about it. Mike Jones says Dak wouldn't be Dak without Elliott. Somewhat, yeah. I mean, it's somewhat true. I mean, obviously Carson Wentz didn't play well. You got to have a running back to get the pressure off you, as a quarterback. So I mean, when Carson didn't have Miles Sanders, I mean, obviously last year was just such a mess. I can't even really make it an officially we really messed up last year. But no running game with Miles Sanders, or when we played, obviously. The first half was very good. Second half was horrible. Or there was times where Miles Sanders didn't even have 5 carries. I mean, it doesn't help your quarterback, so obviously it is what it is. Marijuana says 9 and 8. Eagle Slayer says 5 and 12. Come on, bro. Eagle Slayer, I talk to you all the time. Don't do that. Come on, man. 5 and 12. That's going a little extreme. Matt says to be realistic, I think we're splitting Dallas this year. I think we could. We got a super chat from Class Out. It says Copenhagen and super chat. It's been a long time. We can enjoy the highs, bro. Too. I'm stoked about this year. Any season is better than last year. I think so. I mean, you can't play as bad as last year. I think it's literally impossible to play as bad as last year as of right now. I really think so. I think it's literally impossible to play that bad, guys. So I don't know. But it's going to be a tough season, guys. Let me know in the comment section. The comment section. Let me know in the live chat. Press 1 if you think Hurts is going to ball out this year, or 2, do you think the Eagles are going to be finding a new quarterback next year? 1 for Jalen Hurts. 2, he's not going to work out, and we're going to find a quarterback next year. Let me know in the live chat. We got a new member to the Shake Squad Army, Paul 44, bro. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. You joined a very good group of people, guys. Do appreciate that, bro. Shake Squad Army is a good place. It's a good place, man. So appreciate that membership, bro. Appreciate the membership. Trying to get through these. Did I miss something? I don't think I did. I think I'm good. Okay, I am good. Marcus Big Mob 2-4 said the Giants fan needs to back off of what revenge stuff we're going to remind them who we are. All black everything is going to be the murder scene. That's from a song, isn't it? A song from the early 2000s or the late 90s or something. But we cannot. We have to be like very sound with this offense this year. And I want to see, like, I think it's going to be a run first team. I think, Devontae Smith is going to be used in open space. And obviously you have Rager. I want Rager to be in the slot this year. That's what I really want. I want Rager to be in the, I want Rager to be, I want Rager to be in the slot. Definitely. I want to give Travis Fulgham, Trevon Grimes, some of these other guys some chances this year. That's definite. But Rich MC 20-0 until the first loss. Hilarious have to believe by hoping that you will go home with the prettiest woman bar club. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. We have 125 people in the chat, guys. Guys, haven't subscribed to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. We do go over Eagles news all year round. Guys, check out some of my videos. If you guys haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. It really does help the channel out a lot. It goes a long way. Go for the description below to check out other ways to support me. And yeah, we have the Philly Shakedown podcast. I don't know when it's happening. I'm hoping tomorrow or the next day. I reached out to 500. He hasn't answered me yet. So we can't do it on Saturday. I have something I have to go to family wise on Saturday, so I can't do it. But we're gonna do a day sometime, hopefully the next 2 days. And if not, if it's canceled, then obviously we'll. I don't want to cancel it, but it is what it is. Eagle Slayer says, I said it once thing, I'll say it again. I'll believe it when I see it. Got 1-1-1. Marijuana, you would say 3. I was waiting for that. 1-1. We have a 2 from Raynell Elborough. 1. A lot of ones. I'm very surprised here. Daniel Hill says, "What if this team?" Thank you for the super chat, by the way. He said, "What if this team is like the 2019 Ravens team?" I don't know. I mean, it could be, but we really have to. We got to go game by game. We have to see what they could do, and I need to see. We have the passing coordinator from the Colts. I want to see what's his name? Steichen, the offensive coordinator. I always forget his name. How he's going to use these players, and obviously he has done good jobs with the quarterback. Brian Johnson's doing a good job with the quarterback. Shane Steichen, there you go, has done a great job with quarterbacks and receivers. Nick Sirianni has worked with receivers, quarterbacks. I mean, I think it's hand in hand that this could work out. I think this could be a very successful year, and I think this team could really surprise us in a lot of ways. I really think so. Class Adams' energy in the locker room is way up, and having to notch it down. Yeah, I think it's a very hungry squad this year, and because you have new faces coming in, a lot of other things happening. I mean, I think sky's the limit. Chuck Miles says, "Hey Joe, what you think of our defense going to be like?" I mean, our defense right now. I mean, obviously it's a 4-3 scheme. I think it's going to be a 4-3 scheme. There's no doubt about that. I think your linebackers are definitely going to blitz a lot more because Schwartz. I know Gannon will rely on the pass rush, but he will blitz. Like Schwartz just did not blitz. You have to blitz in the NFL to win football games. You have to. So I'm hoping he does that, and other things do happen on top of it. But safety in the box, they could do 3 safety sets. I mean, there's a bunch of things they could do. But obviously, I think with these cornerbacks, Gannon is going to use these corners a certain way depending on matchups and what they're going to do there. So I'm excited about this excitement. We haven't seen Jonathan Gannon. We haven't. He hasn't been on a press conference yet. So I want to see what he's like. Obviously, he's a very energetic coach. So very excited about that. Vincent Salmatino says Jacoby Stevens guard Kyle Pitts well in college. I heard from a lot of people on the stream the other night. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know. I don't know if he took off last year. Did he take off the whole season? I think he took off the whole season. I'm not sure. But I've been hearing just great things about him. He could play man, could blitz, very physical. Doesn't get fooled too much. He's got really good football IQ. His reads are very good. You know what I mean? So we're just gonna have to see. William Gabriel, Hurts intangibles and skill set, healthy offensive line, and added weapons. he will be fine. I think what they should have done with Carson Wentz, and obviously they're doing more for Hurts than they probably did with Carson Wentz in a few years, obviously, but adding Devontae Smith, Land Dickerson, a future pick, and obviously adding some pretty good defensive parts to this, from the draft, you know what I mean? And obviously good coaches that are very quarterback friendly, that develop quarterbacks really well. Nick Sirianni, 3 quarterbacks, you know what I mean? Jacoby Brissett, and obviously Phillip Rivers. I mean, you got some guys here, Andrew Luck. I mean, there's 3 quarterbacks that had 3 different skill sets. And I thought when Phillip Rivers went to the Colts, I didn't think he was going to do much of anything. But, man, they really turned Phillip Rivers around. I was really surprised, and I was actually really impressed by it. It's obviously Hurts doesn't have the talent of Brady, but Brady has shown how far you can go on intangibles alone. And that's true. That's definitely true. Isaac Gonzalez says Miles Sanders needs 1,000 rushing yards already. Please, Isaac, tell me again. He needs 1,000 rushing yards. Last year, Miles Sanders would have had over 1,000 rushing yards if they didn't, if they knew how to run him in the first half. And then when we'd run in the first half, Doug would just not play him in the second half or barely even run in the second half. So I mean, with a quarterback like Jalen Hurts, read options, RPOs, whatever you want to do with him, it's really going to complement it's going to complement Hurts, but it's going to complement Miles Sanders because with these weapons on the outside, Dallas Goedert, the offensive line, it's going to take off, guys. It's going to really take off. This team is not. I really don't want this team to have a slow start in 2021, but I'm telling you right now, they're going to look. I think they're going to be ready and prepared, and I think Nick Sirianni is going to get them prepared and ready, and obviously Jalen Hurts is going to be the leader of that. So. Ike Gonzalez says Slovis to the Eagles. Samaj2115 says the Eagles are going to surprise the league. I hope they do, bro. I really hope they do. But yeah, I think we'll be primarily passing, but we'll run much more than last year. I agree with that. Daniel Bosler Jr. says on our new defensive coordinator Quinn. Yes, Quinn's good. Quinn's a good Quinn was good when he was with Seattle. He was pretty good, definitely. But do you have all the pieces on defense? That's gonna be the question. Kurt Eric Monroe said, I cannot wait to see Lando knocking dudes around. Lando. We should call him that. That's a great name. Lando. That's definitely awesome. We got super chat from Morgan Holmes. What's going on, man? He says, Jalen Hurts is legit. They said the same thing about Russell. We see how that turned out, and he has Devontae offense about hard as parallel parking. I think the connection between some of these guys, that's where it's going to come to. And I think because Jalen Hurts didn't have that offseason last year, and obviously you have more chemistry, I think, coming out of this year. Obviously, COVID, COVID's still around, but obviously last year was when it all started, and it just got worse. Which these guys couldn't even work out together. So I think with Jalen Hurts having an offseason, having the chemistry built with some of these receivers and doing some good things like that, I think you're going to have something special on the field, guys. You're going to have something real special. I'm going to be very excited to watch it every single week. 5-star FSG says, dude, I drafted Miles as my first-round pick, 8th pick in fantasy football last year. What a bust. Oh, boy. Hold on. All right. What's going on here? All right. We're good. I'm getting confused what's going on here. Eagle Slayer says, Rager, always a weak-minded with big mouth. He needs to put our shot. I think Rager is going to be hungry this year. I need to see. You can't look. This is why I can't stand when people say that Rager. Why is everyone singling out Rager in that offense last year? That whole offense stunk last year. It was horrible last year. How can you even talk about one player, just one guy like Rager out of anybody? This offense, you had a quarterback that had no mechanics. We barely ran the football. Offensive line got hurt. I mean, it was just a total disaster. How can I even blame Rager for everything and say, oh, he's a bust because of last year? Obviously, 2 passes were thrown to him. He got injured. 2 passes were thrown to him. He got injured on, which was Carson's fault because he threw some really suicide passes to him, which was horrible. I mean, I can't go far and say that Rager's a bust. I think he's going to complement Devontae Smith very well, and we're going to get this thing going, man. Class Ouch with the super chat. Thank you very much, man. He said, remember, hit that super chat. Also, check all his videos, Joey. Been real since day one. Who's our sleeper on offense? Who's our sleeper on offense this year? I think our sleeper this year, I mean, I don't know, man. If I could pick a guy that's going to break out on our offense this year, I think Miles Sanders has got to have his year this year and have 1,000 yards. But if not, I think Travis Fulgham could be that breakout guy. If they put Rager in the slot, have Devontae Smith on the outside, put Travis Fulgham on the other side, he's shown some really good promise. I think another offseason, obviously working with Jalen Hurts, is going to work out. Fulgham, until they benched him, until Deshaun Jackson, Alshon Jeffrey came back, it was horrible. I mean, it was it's just crazy. And by the way, Class Outage, if I missed another super chat, I'm sorry. But like this StreamYard, this app, this thing that we use to stream, it's really bad. It's not good. So I apologize. Like, intensely apologize. I don't like it. I do not like it. Hold on. See, this is what happens every time. All right, we're good. All right, Isaac Gonzalez, do you think Eagles low-key wanted to sign Todd Gurley? No, I don't think so. And then the other thing we have to talk about, too, is, like, is Miles Sanders going to get paid? You know what I mean? That's another thing. Like, is Miles Sanders – would the Eagles actually pay a running back? I think that's something to question, guys, because I know the Eagles don't value paying running backs too much. You know what I mean? So that's something to think about in the future. Big DC, I'm starting to believe Milton Williams will become an underrated until a guy down the road. Yeah, no, utility guy down the road. No, Milton Williams got that short step speed. He's got that short area speed. He's got explosiveness. He's only gotten better over his college years, and I think was a pretty good pick in the third round. Jonathan Gannon, if you watch the war room of the draft of the third rounder, watch that war room when they drafted Milton Williams, and they were very happy with him. I'm excited to see what he could do. Even Terod Jackson, from Coastal Carolina, defensive end, I really like him a lot too. I think his bull rush is great. He's got long arms, big hands. He's got the built for it. I think the only downfall of Jackson is that his bending around tackles hasn't been fantastic. So, I mean, obviously you have to look at that. Jock says, what if Joe Flacco wins the Super Bowl? Well, it's not going to happen, bro, so no. Then I don't know then. Vincent Salmentino says, thank you, Shakes, because Rager had an okay year considered. I don't think it was a horrible year. I mean, it wasn't a year that he should have done more, probably, but what do you have, 300-400 yards, whatever it was? I mean, it should have been more than what he did, but offense was a total mess, man. That's why I can't be like, oh, this guy's horrible, he's a bust. But this whole offensive scheme, and obviously how many plays, like, this offense was so predictable to cover, and, just a lot of issues. Sirianni for Prez says Rager is all those things because he's confident. They had no offseason and poor coaching. They'll turn it around. Be patient. And that's what that dude, Sirianni for Prez, perfect. Be patient. It was a horrible. I mean, we had COVID last year. I know it's no excuse, but some teams either adapt to it and some teams just don't adapt to it. The Eagles obviously didn't adapt to it very well, so. Big D said, I gave Rager the criticism he had coming, but I'm giving him another chance, which he also deserves. Yeah, I mean, after his rookie year, definitely, 100%. Now you got 2 first-round receivers on your team that could do a lot of things. I mean, I think this set this up for really good things to come, guys. I think Milton will be a starter within 2 years. I could see it. Sean Wood said Justin Jefferson not getting 1,000 or offense. Oh, no. Whether it's DK Metcalf, Justin Jefferson, it does not matter. It does not matter whatsoever. There's nobody that is going to get those yards. No one's getting those yards. It's not happening. Not with this offense, not with this predictable offense we have with Doug Peterson and this horrible coaching assistance. I don't even care what anyone says. Big D, Carson's deep passes were always putrid. Yeah, overthrow, underthrow. I mean, I seen Dallas Goedert burn the whole defense, and he underthrew one pass, overthrew another pass. I think it was just crazy. You know what I mean? Class Outage with the super chat. Thanks very much, man. He said, no, I'm reminding you, your fans, bro. Help Joey grind. How can we okay. How can we get Ertz back on board if he's not? We can go 2 tight ends if it would help Sanders. I don't know if Nick Sirianni does 2 tight end sets. I'm not even sure if he even does it. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But he's a $12 million cap hit. He's got to free up a little bit over $8 million in cap space. We're going to get a lot of cap space back between the Alshon Jeffrey release, Malik Jackson, all these moves that we've been making, okay? we need to get that money for Zach Ertz. And we don't – Dallas Goedert is on a contract year, and he needs to – I want to see if we're going to extend Dallas Goedert because, honestly, right now, you get Zach Ertz back here, and then they're going to be sharing – Dallas Goedert's going to become the number 2, and then what? And then, after this year, you're not going to have a good, clear, full evaluation of Dallas Goedert. That's going to be the truth of what's going on here. V-Clops X-Men says Greg Ward was our best receiver last year. I think so. I think Greg Ward was a very reliable receiver for Jalen Hurts in the end zone. I mean, definitely. I think how many touchdowns he had? What, he had 4 or 5? I forgot how many he had, but he worked out pretty well. He's got, some competition now. More receivers are in the room. Rager could definitely take that slot position if that's the case. You grab another receiver, opposite side of Devontae Smith and see what you have there. So we'll see. Kurt Eric Monroe says, as long as we don't have to hear, I gotta be better, I am good. Yeah, I know. It's really annoying. That kind of just really, yeah, it was very annoying. Thank God. Blake Martin, I think Hightower will break out this year with the new coaching and hopefully clean up his drops. Yeah, he had some drops in the beginning of the season. I think it was, I forgot what game he dropped that wide open pass and he dropped it. I forgot what game that was. But Hightower, I thought they used him the wrong way. Why are you using Hightower on go routes? Like, I feel like all they did with him was use him on go routes all the time. Go deep, and that was it. I think Hightower can be used in the middle of the field. That's definite. I think they could definitely use him in the middle of the field. I think they could do that. Jason Russell said, Hightower never drops all those passes. He's arguably the number 2 or number 3. I think so. He would have had more yards. Jock Talk said last year Jalen had no preseason, didn't get much practice because of being second, and COVID made it even worse. Now he's a starter and gets all the reps. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's get it, Jalen Hurts. You said it perfectly. It's just a better opportunity. Obviously COVID's still around, but obviously the restrictions are a lot less now. So Darnell Clark says, what do you think of Jalen Hurts' PFF grade? It's a bunch of you-know-what, okay? It is a bunch of bull you-know-what, okay? Big D says, I think Jalen Hurts a truly lousy game with Dallas Washington. He got it going before getting stupidly benched. Up 17, what was it, 14-0, 17-0, whatever it was. I made a video after that game happened. I was disgusted with Wentz. I mean, I saw something bad. He looked horrible. I mean, he fell apart. I mean, he totally fell apart. It was horrible. Jock says Baltimore dropped past Hightower. Okay, just want to make sure. Nicky Cunningham said everything is going to be different. Last year the scheme was bad, the protection was non-existent, the QB play was bad, and there was a divide in the locker room. Yeah, I believe there was. I think some guys were in it for Wentz, and some guys were in it for Hurts, and obviously, there's probably some guys in the locker room like, why is Carson Wentz still playing, and it's week 9 of the season, and he's playing this bad every single game? I'm telling you right now, Carson Wentz plays for another team right now. He's getting benched between week 4 to 5. I mean, at least. Jason Wall said, I hope we start 6-0 and then Ertz is happy. Then we trade him to a bum team for picks. We can't even get picks right now. I mean, we can't even get anything for him. They want at least a 3rd or a 4th. We can't even get that. If we even get a 6th-round pick, I'll be happy. If we could even get that. Ryan Rose says Travis Fulgham has been inconsistent from the whole running back routine and defensive. I think, the one thing I hated about not about Travis Fulgham, but what Doug did was bench him. He struggled for a game and he got benched. And the guy needs to go through some adversity. Like he plays horrible, then you bench him, and then you give a reason why that you benched him in the dumbest way possible. You know what I mean? Like if you're just doing it, when you face better competition, but I mean, you're pretty much saying who we face, we're not good players. Like he caught a touchdown over Marlon Humphrey. I mean, come on now. Let's be real here. Come on. Logan Montero with the super chat. He says, I'm really looking forward to Quez Watkins this year. Dude's a stud. Also, I honestly think Richard Rodgers and Jack Stahl could be good tight end number 2s. That's very interesting. Quez Watkins. Obviously, only a couple plays. I think one was the touchdown during Arizona on the screen pass, and then the next I think was a bit. I think one for Jalen Hurts being patient in the pocket, throwing a deep pass to Quez Watkins in that Cowboys game. I want to see more. I just want to see more right now from Quez Watkins. I want to see so much more. I have a lot of faith. And obviously, you think Richard Rodgers, Jack Stoll could be. I don't know if they're going to go after. I don't know if they'll go after Richard Rodgers. I really think they should just stick with what they have. Let's see what Jack Stoll has, the undrafted tight end from Nebraska. See what he could do. You have Caleb Wilson. You have Jason Kroom. You got Hakeem Butler. You don't have Joshua Perkins. I think he's still a free agent, surprisingly. I don't know how he's not even signed, but it is what it is, guys. Nick Cunningham says the Hurts article was clickbait. They only care about getting clicks during downtime, and no Eagles fans pay attention year-round. It's about the clicks. Outrageous. That's crazy. I mean, that's crazy just to, even to know that's crazy. I think about that sometimes, but how you said it was definitely perfect. Nathan Mark says, Joey, I want the corner from LSU. Stingley Jr.? Yeah, he might be the first corner taken next year's draft. Jason Wall said, Jason Avant said Hightower was the best route runner. I don't doubt it. They're all used the wrong way, guys. These receivers were all used the wrong way. I mean, just unreal. Blake Martin says, I think Fulgham had a foot injury last year when he got benched. He had surgery on his foot in the offseason. Oh, yeah, I heard he definitely got hurt. Jason Russell, how would you feel if we were to beat the Bucs and Chiefs? I mean, I think if you beat the Bucs and Chiefs, then this team should be in the playoffs or go further than that in the playoffs. I mean, that's pretty much self-explanatory right there. So, I mean, I can't wait for those games. I like those games because they are home, which is a great thing, so I really can't complain about it. But we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. By the way, guys, 148 people in the chat on the late night stream. It is 12:21 Eastern time. It is past midnight right now. It is the 20th of May. Do appreciate everybody being here today. If you guys haven't hit the subscribe button, please subscribe to the channel. We do Eagles news all year round. If you guys have it, please like this video. If you guys have not, it does help the channel a long way. Much appreciated. Obviously, the description below, we have all the links to support me. Otherwise, do appreciate everybody being here. I know it's the middle of the week. I had a stream yesterday. I had some internet issues the other day because of some construction that was outside. The Philly Shakedown podcast with Philly 500 will be on my channel this week, but we're not doing it Saturday because I have a family event to go to Saturday, so I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if we're doing it tomorrow, the next day. I mean, we're just going to see what happens, and then we'll let you know on a post. We'll let you guys know what's going on. So just watch out for the videos and what's going on. We got a super chat from Class Outage. He says, Mulata, Landon, Kelsey, Brooks, Lane. If they stay healthy, can Sanders be top 5? I think he could be. I mean, Landon being a left guard, you mean this year? I don't know if that's going to happen. I know Landon will move around a little bit, obviously in camp and do some things. Hopefully have some preseason snaps would be pretty good too. But I don't know if they're going to plug him in at that position. I think they should try him at guard. I don't see why not. I think he could play any position on the offensive line. That's how talented he is. So definitely we have to look out for that. We definitely have to look out for that. Jason Wall says Hurts' press conference was great today. He always looked like he's trying not to laugh. I think there were some times where he was trying to laugh, but I think there was some points where he was smiling because he was happy and he was excited. I think the smile goes towards being excited about certain things. When they talked about Devontae Smith, Landon Dickerson, he smiled. I mean, he was really excited. He's excited to get these guys in the building and do some good things. So, just gotta wait on it. You know what I mean, and see what happens. You know what I mean. Donald Clark said, what was your favorite pick this draft? Besides Devontae Smith, my favorite pick was Kenneth Gainwell in the 5th round, just because he's a dual threat running back, a total steal for the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, total steal. This guy could be a receiver. This guy catches the ball fluidly like a receiver. I mean, he's pretty talented. A big steal. That's why I think Boston Scott could get beat out by Kenneth Gainwell. That's why I think Jordan Howard will get beat out by Kerryon Johnson if Kerryon Johnson stays healthy. There's a lot of different things that could happen with this roster. So I'm pretty excited about it. There's a lot going on, but Philly 500 actually just texted me. I'm very excited about it, but but we'll see. We'll see what happens, but I think Kenneth Gainwell was that definitely a huge steal in this draft. I know obviously Landon Dickerson is like a more future project for next year, but obviously the Kenneth Gainwell pick I was really surprised over. Jock says, liar, liar, pants on fire. I knew it would be a longer than an hour stream. Hey, it's still 59 minutes, 16 seconds, so we're not at an hour yet. Big D says, can Mulata or Dillard play left guard? We haven't tried. We haven't tried yet. I know Mulata has played right guard, right tackle, and left tackle, but Dillard, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be able to. I don't trust Dillard. I really don't. Plus, with this new tackle we got today, I don't know if he's going to compete and see what happens with that. But we're going to have to find out. Big D says Stoutland loves Swiss Army knife O lineman. Jason Wall prediction: Gainwell is the new Westbrook. That's good. He's got some size to him too, and he can run through people. He's got a mix of everything. That's why I think he's a dual threat running back, because he could run, he can make people miss, he can go out for passes, he can line up as a receiver, he can catch passes out of the backfield, make people miss. He can do so much for this offense. I'm telling you, Gainwell is going to rise up on this roster. King Rolex 276, you think Doug would have drafted his son if he was still the head coach? Oh, God, I don't even know. I think his son is a tight end. I don't know, but I don't know. I hope not, though. Vincent Samatino, so you want Mulata playing tackle? Oh, yeah, 100%. Left tackle. I mean, he's 6'8", 350 pounds. I mean, it's amazing what Jeff Stoughton has done with him. I mean, a guy that's never played football. He was an Australian rugby player, 7th-round pick, a lot of unknowns, and gets his shot and just runs with it. I mean, and is physical, and he's got this edge to him to where he just – if he puts someone on their butt, he pancakes them, and then they try to get up again, he pancakes them again. I mean, that's who he is. I mean, and I'm impressed with Mulata. I mean, I really am. Big D said, why is nobody mentioning Patrick Johnson? I don't know. Patrick Johnson's a very underrated linebacker, really is, and there's gonna be a lot of competition. Jannard Avery's going back to linebacker. I mean, Eric Wilson, you get out of free agency. Sean Bradley, Davion Taylor, 3rd-round pick last year, has got to get his chance. I mean, I was really disgusted how Jim Schwartz really handled this defensive roster. Letting I can't say his name, Nathan Gary, because I don't want to know his name anymore, but letting him get away with murder every single week. I mean, the guy ran the wrong way. He ran the wrong way, guys. I mean, Bryce Staransky says, any chance the Eagles sign Richard Sherman? Probably not, and I really don't want him. He's washed up. He gets hurt all the time, and he always wants like a big 1-year deal, and I'm not ready to put money into that whatsoever. So probably a hard no towards that. Ed Hardman says, as long as Nick don't go deer in headlights like Doug would and call the same 3 plays over and over. Yeah, you know what? I don't think it's going to be like that. I think we're going to see a new era to this coaching staff and the leadership Nick is going to bring to this team. So. Hold on. Eagle Sarah says, put Mulata as fullback. That would be funny. Mo says, make my foe earn their win. Make any foe earn their win. Exactly. Mark Garcia said, what do you think of the new players add to the O-line, and do you think Jalen can take the Eagles to the playoffs if the O-line stays healthy? The last part of your question, I do believe they could go to the playoffs if the O-line stays healthy. I liked how they added, LaRaven Clark today, which was pretty good. LaRaven Clark is a solid he's played left tackle, right guard. Solid. Had an Achilles injury last year, week 13 of the season. I think it's going to obviously bring more competition depth-wise. And I think LaRaven Clark is he's definitely a plug-in guy. Like, you could plug him in and probably – he's had some technique issues. He's only given up – 6 sacks in 14 games, so it's not horrible. It's actually pretty good. He's a big guy. He's got 11-inch hands. He's very tough. He's got very good. He really barely gets moved. He's very good with his stance, and he holds up very well. So this is a good signing with a low risk, high reward signing in LaRaven Clark. I mean, that's definite. So. Jonas Espinel says, I still want cornerback 2 for the Eagles, and Joe, you always fire to your content. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, bro. Much love, man. Ryan Dixon, Gamer reminds me of Devonta Freeman. That's an interesting one. Philly Sports Podcast, what's going on, man? If you guys haven't subscribed to Philly Sports Podcast, he does make Eagles vids. I think he covers all Philly teams. Correct me if I'm wrong. Guys, go to his channel and sub him up. Much appreciated, everybody that does that. Me and him been talking about a collab soon, so please, if you guys haven't, subscribe to his channel and get his subs up, guys. He definitely deserves it. Paul 44 says, I like in the Hurts press conference, he said at Bama he would get together with Smith to work out. They didn't party. They were all about succeeding. Yeah, that was really cool. That was a really cool thing to to say, that it was all business and they leave all the other stuff behind. You know what I mean? That's really cool to hear, like behind the scenes type stuff between Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts. That shows that they really put a lot on themselves as people and players that want to strive to be very successful. So. Good. That's a good one that you brought up, dude, Paul. Matthew Kagi says, hey, Joe, what's up? Can't wait for Hurts to ball out and prove the doubters wrong. I believe in him. Believe. Everybody believe. I don't see why not. James M said, I think this will be a good team. Hurts is underrated. We're getting healthy, and our scheme wasn't good for any player in the league on offense or defense. I think scheme was our biggest problem. Yeah, definitely scheme was probably our biggest problem. I mean, other than our quarterback, our scheme was predictable. Our scheme was not even a page long in the playbook. I mean, it was that predictable. So you're not wrong there. Stephen Patino. He says, do you think we can have a top 10 offense? I think if everything works out the way it's supposed to, Jalen Hurts being consistent, Nick Sirianni calling out some really good plays, using these players to their strengths, I think this team could be fantastic. Jock says, Stalin is going to make LaRaven better. I think they will. I think he will. Tanner the Great says, I think Singleton will make the starting core. I hope so. He's got competition now. He came out as, every time the Eagles have a bad season, we always have that gem that comes out from under the ground that we never thought that would grow. And look, Alex Singleton just came up out of the ground, out of nowhere. And this is what happens all the time. So he's got some competition. I mean, he's got some competition. I'm glad the linebacker position is loaded this year. I want nothing more than that position to work out. That's a position that needs to get fixed, like, badly. If we have guys that can cover, yeah. Big D, Mulatto would have already had the left tackle position locked up if a washed-up relic hadn't been. Woo, I love it. The way you said it was funny. He's talking about Jason Peters, by the way. If they they draft Mulatto in the first round, they redshirt him. They don't even start him. And then then when Jason Peters had Grandpa Moses pretty much could stay in a full game and he was getting tired. And then when he finally got hurt, they put Mulatto in 3 games. 1 game at right tackle. He played so bad. Why would you switch his position? He's never played right tackle, and you put him at right tackle. Why would you even do that? He got destroyed. He looked horrible. Confidence out the door, out the window. It was horrible. It was so bad. We got a super chat from Rylan Yancey. What's going on, man? I said, Fly Fly Shakes. I'm excited to see if Sirianni changes the mentality of this team. I think we have a long-term stud in Miles Sanders. I believe in both of those statements. I think Sirianni will change the culture. But obviously, the coach has to change the culture before the player. And then obviously, Jalen Hurts and whoever is the leader, voice on defense should be fantastic. So I'm excited. And then Miles Sanders, I don't believe in the Eagles paying running backs. I just don't. I would like him to get signed, obviously, because of I just like his attitude, his work ethic, just always doing great, and I can't complain about it. I really can't. But I'm excited. I'm excited about Nick Sirianni and then Miles Sanders behind this offensive line with all these weapons and just how much attention these weapons are going to get and opening up so much for Miles Sanders, man. Appreciate the super chat, Rylan. Much appreciated, man. Stick defense. I hated that defense. Yeah, I mean that's how bad this. I mean, Jim Schwartz I don't know. Like Schwartz just had no promise with these corners. Just it didn't treat them well. It was just bad. It was just really bad. Sticks defense. He just did it way too much. But if it was Dillard who got forced into right tackle and was putrid. Yeah, exactly. T.Y. Nail says, I want to see Grimes, Stahl, Gainwell, Dearson starting, and on the D side, Patrick, Williams, Wilson, and Tui. Yeah, Tui, I don't think he's going to do anything. Tui at defensive tackle, I think he's undersized. He could shed blocks, but other than that, I think he's just too undersized. I like the running backs. I like, Dickerson starting this year, probably not going to happen. Grimes on the outside is going to be very interesting. I want to see, obviously, him against some of our corners in camp, see what Trevon Grimes does. Some people are even saying put him at tight end, which I don't know. I guess because he has that frame and those long arms, and I need to see him get separation with NFL talent. That's what I need to see from Trevon Grimes as of right now. So Eagles I said we'll transition to 3-4. It could happen, but you never know. Kurt Eric Romero, I have a feeling Sirianni will make good second half adjust. Oh, well, that's what we're hoping he does, and I think he will. That's what it's going to be about, guys. We're going to see. We don't want the tale of two halves. We'll see. Class outage with the super chat. Appreciate it. He says, "Can Smith outdo Ramsey?" I honestly think he can. Ramsey is definitely one of the best corners out there. He's had trouble, okay? He's had games where, he hasn't played well either. Smith is a different breed of receivers, okay? Smith is a superstar. Smith is a how do I usually say this? A technical route runner. And it's not easy. You don't give him a free release off the line. I think Smith is going to do some damage. Ramsey, no Ramsey, whoever it is. I think, and obviously you take a corner out of the game. If you get some, obviously a defense's best corner is going to go on Devontae Smith. It's going to open up a lot more for Dallas Goedert. Jalen Reagor use his speed for some openings as well. So I think there's a lot of good things that come out of it, man. I think he could. Jason Wall said Elliott, Eagle, Clark, and Pryor going to be the Swiss Army guys. Yeah, probably. I mean, is Matt Pryor better than Andre Dillard? I mean, we don't even know because I don't think Matt Pryor is good at all. That's just me, but I just think there's just a lot more that goes into it with this offensive line. The Eagles didn't do right by Dillard when he was drafted, and obviously Dillard didn't do right for himself when he's been injured. So it goes both ways, but more. Dillard probably could have been something if they did the. I don't get, like, this team is just like, I know that the time has passed, but it's still confusing to me that they draft somebody in the first round and don't even play him and say, oh yeah, Jason Peters is coming back as a left tackle. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Got Birdman 951 with the super chat. Thanks very much, man. Which game do you want to win the most? If it would have to be, the New York Giants after Thanksgiving. That's the one game I'm going to circle and be so excited. I mean, I'm excited about every game, but that game is more personal because they think they're going to the Super Bowl this year. They think because they have a good roster on paper, it means everything's going to work out. They have no idea what's coming to them after Thanksgiving, and we're going to eat more than a turkey than Thanksgiving. Okay, we're going to do a lot more damage to them. I want the New York Giants. I'm a New Yorker. Okay, I'm an Eagles fan in New York all my life. Okay, I know how these Giant fans are. I know how these Jet fans are. So if there's any questions to answer about the Giant fans and their passion for a football team and their own team, it's me because, yeah, it's not going to work out. If you guys haven't subscribed to Birdman951, he is a Philadelphia Eagle YouTuber, content creator. Check him out. Click his channel. He does some cool things. I like how he looks. He's got the hat. He's got the mask on. He's got the Eagles baseball bat. You guys got to check him out. He's very good at what he does. Hopefully to hook up with him soon on a stream and do some cool things. So Birdman951, appreciate the super chat, man. Much love. Much love to your channel, man. You're doing a great job. Big D says Pryor stinks. Well, yeah, he does. He's horrible. He's horrible. Dallas has the most important win for us is against Washington. Yeah, I think so. I think. I'm more for the Giants this year than any other team. I don't care about the Giants most of the time, but because they've been doing a lot of this, I think they just need to shut their mouth. Blake Martin says Matt Pryor shouldn't even start on a high school team. Eagle Slayer 95. I was pleased with Driscoll and Herbig. Very pleased. Jack Driscoll, the first game last year, Driscoll started over Matt Pryor immediately in the first game, which I thought it was great. That showed a lot. Herbig took on Aaron Donald one-on-one the whole game and did very well. Herbig could be a future guard. This is why this is going to be interesting next year because are you going to keep Lane Johnson next year? Are you going to keep Brandon Brooks next year? They need to free up some cap space if they wanted to. So I don't know what they're going to do, but it should be real interesting, guys. It should be really, really interesting what they do. So we'll see what happens. Dallas says Kansas City as an important game. I love the Kansas City-Tampa games are great. Two games I'm looking forward to are Kansas City and Tampa, obviously. We got 138 people in the chat, guys. Appreciate everybody coming here tonight. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We cover the Eagles all year round, guys. Obviously, news comes out. I'm on it immediately. Usually have 2 videos a day, do live streams, and obviously the Philly Shakedown podcast with Philly 500 is every week, Saturday at 9 p.m. This week it's going to be a little different because I have a family thing to do Saturday. Guys, subscribe, like the video before you leave today. Much appreciated. The link's down below for memberships. If you become a member, you do get a wrench to be a moderator for the channel. So that is definite. Matthew Kagi says, instead of all these unknown random corners they are signing, couldn't they have pooled all the money together and put it towards Nelson? I think with the Zach Ertz release on its own, or trade, I think they have the money right now. I think they'll have more money if they get rid of Zach Ertz. I mean, that's $8.5 million. The cap thing hasn't even, I think it's that June date, the cap, we're going to get there's a lot of cap space coming on the way for the Eagles right now because of Malik Jackson getting released and Alshon Jeffrey. I think that freed up like $24 million. Obviously with Zach Ertz, the cap for the Eagles is going to be good is going to be pretty good next year. It's going to be at a place where we need it. On top of having 3 first-round picks, that could happen next year. So, I mean, you're going to have 10 picks plus some cap space to spend if you really want to. So it should be really interesting. Big D says, I want to beat Dallas the most, as always. Brian Saransky says, will Kerrigan replace Barnett if he struggles out the gate? I think Kerrigan's going to start. I think Kerrigan's going to be next to Javon Hargrave, and it's going to be Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham. I mean, that's just me unless they change it. I like Graham next to Fletch and Hargrave next to Kerrigan. Kerrigan, I'm just so surprised he's here. I just want to know why. Maybe because he knows he's relatively going to get some playing time on a rotation. I don't know if he had offers to be a starter for the Bengals or the Steelers, so I'm not really sure about that. But obviously, it's interesting. But he said we sell our every game and they don't. Jason Wall says November 28th Giants is first day after my birthday. We always win. Oh, for your birthday, then that's a good thing. That's a good thing to look forward to. Make sure you're in the chat for that live stream because we got to remember. I got to remember it's your birthday that day. So that means we should win that game. Just saying. Denzel Barrett says, yo, Flagos Fly. What's up, Danzel? What's going on, man? Got Birdman with the super chat. Appreciate it, man. He says, how huge will it be if we beat Cowgirls on Monday Night Football? I'd be really excited if we did it and really, show the whole world what this team could do by week 3. Hopefully become 3-0 if that's the case. It's going to be a fun game to watch. Definitely a fun game to watch. I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for it, but only time will tell, man. Pablo Beltran says Kerrigan has been the best defensive end in the NFC East for years. Insane to think that he can't be a starter. Well, what happened was they drafted Montez Sweat. Okay, and obviously they drafted their other defensive end. I keep forgetting his name. And changed the scheme a little bit, doing some different things, and obviously they want to start the young guys over Kerrigan. So Kerrigan was like, okay, well, if I'm not going to be here, then I'm not going to be here. Became a free agent. There was no interest to come back, and he wants to stay. I don't know why he stayed in the NFC East. I really don't. Did he want to come here because of playing time? Obviously he wants to play, but it kind of makes me think, why did Kerrigan really want to be here? Does he want to get back at Washington? I don't know. I think he generally wants to be here. He sent out a thing for the Eagles fans. He was like, I know you didn't like me the past 10 years. He's been the most consistent defensive end, the best defensive end, like you said, the best defensive end in the division as of right now. So it's been pretty cool. And he's relentless. He doesn't give up. He fights for yards. Lane Johnson has had some trouble with him. And when I looked at Washington in the past, I always said, man, Ryan Kerrigan, we have to watch out for Ryan Kerrigan. Now. Carson Wentz, been sacked by Ryan Kerrigan, stripped by Ryan Kerrigan, a pick 6 by Ryan Kerrigan. Kerrigan has been a complete, has been it's crazy. The process, what's going on, man? Eagle Slayer says, I'm getting so trashed for the Monday Night Football game. Thank you, Big D. Chase Young, Joe. So obviously Chase Young, he's going to be a very dominant player. Chase Young is a great player. Jock says most important win, week 1 Atlanta, then week 2, and so on and so on. Of course. Take it game by game, man. Denzel Barrett says, you know any information about this old lineman we picked up? Yeah, he's actually he's coming off an Achilles injury, obviously from last year, but he's very solid. I think he's played 14 games. He's played a lot of snaps at left tackle, right guard. He's he was pretty much the he was drafted in 2016 in the third round. No, 2016 third round, I think. Yes. No, 2018. I forgot. I think it was 2018 third round by the Colts. And solid. He was a swing tackle pretty much. But he's got 11-inch hands. He's good lower body. Barely gets moved. He's great. He's actually really good. He's had some technique issues over the past, but I think he's going to clean that up. Stoutland's going to do a good job with him. I think he can actually beat out Andre Dillard. That's how good this guy is. Actually is a very good depth piece. I'm glad they're working on the offensive line depth-wise. I mean, I got to give Howie Roseman credit. I mean, he's doing it with the secondary. Obviously, we don't have that number 2 guy, but still, he's still getting as many bodies as possible and seeing what they could do. You know what I mean? AB3, what's going on? He says he knows how to play against these linemen in the division. That's a smart one, too. That's actually really smart. Why would I never think of common sense like that? I mean, I have no common sense. You had the most common sense by saying that. He knows all these offensive tackles. Okay, he knows these linemen, their weaknesses, and yeah, that could be to an advantage. AB3, I agree. It could be to a huge advantage, man. That was a good one. Pablo Belcher said, I think he came to Philly because of good competition to play. He said on podcasts with Washington Football Team reporter as well as Philly is pretty close to Washington, so it isn't far from it for his family. I got to understand that too. Birdman says, do you feel deep down the Eagles are done with quarterback too? Not yet. It's still early. Steven Nelson's still out in the market right now. I mean, if Steven Nelson is on the market anymore, do you honestly think that maybe the Eagles would trade for a corner? Is it Stephon Gilmore? Which I don't see that even happening. I'd be shocked if that happened. I mean, he's 30 years old, and he still plays very good, but, to give him a big contract, I just don't think it's a great idea right now. That's all. Matty says, how long until we resign Jason Peters? I really hope not, bro. I'm hoping to God we don't, bro. I'm really hoping not. We got a super chat from Class Outage. What are the chances we go top 5 defense, top 10 offense? I think it's a good chance. Offensively, I think it's a big chance. Defense, I got to see what I need to see more pieces to this defense before anything. I got to see what they do with the cornerback position. I got to see what they do. Ronnie McLeod is apparently coming back week 1. Kavon Wallace, are they going to play him? Are they going to do 3 safety sets? There's too many unknowns. Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave, they have to have good seasons. If Javon Hargrave doesn't have a good season, he's out the door. And it's time for Milton Williams to come and be that starting defensive tackle for the Eagles. I'm telling you. I'm very happy they drafted him in the 3rd round. I think it was a good pick. I think you're gonna see some good things. I think you're gonna see some really good things. But it's defensively, it's gonna be tough right now. I think it's too early. Offensively, I could see us being tough. I could see it. I really could. Make Lil said, I think we winning the Super Bowl. I do. If we did, I don't know. I'd be crying once more. Eagles says, I get Chris Long vibes from Kerrigan, and I'm not saying he's long though. Let's see. TexX, people are saying Eagles will make one more huge trade before week 1. Please, God, don't make it what gives Hurts a chance. He was big, man. Well, that Diana Rossini put out that article, obviously, and that was from the Eagles trading for Deshaun Watson. That's what the big move is. I don't think it's for another position. I mean, she thinks it's for Deshaun Watson. What does she know? I don't know. Jock says, I wish Jason Peters would retire. Big D said, I think the defense will be 14th. We'll see what happens. Give it time. AB3, Slim Reaper will help Rager come alive. This whole offense will spread out. Pray all our key guys stay healthy. Also, much appreciated, brother. Appreciate you, man, for having the common sense knowledge that I would never figure out because I'm very hard-headed, bro. I don't come up with things easily like you do. So that was a good thing that you said before. And I agree with Rager and Devontae Smith will complement each other very, very well. That's definite. TexX says, Howie was just joking this whole time. The joke is starting to end. He actually is the best GM in the NFL. I got to see. I gotta see. I once like he's done and like we're in preseason and we find out what's going on, we see how this team is. I'm gonna say, wow, like if we find out like games down the road that this we get into the playoffs at least and we win the NFCs, get into the playoffs, and then we say, wow, Howie Roseman, what? Man, he really just totally put the wool over our eyes. It just we didn't realize this was gonna happen. Richie MC says, enough with the Watson rumors when we know that Hurts is a guaranteed Eagle starting QB. Shakes, what percent do you think Hurts and is Nick Sirianni's guy? I think he likes him a lot. I think he's got a little bit of Jacoby Brissett in him with the like being a little bit of a mobile quarterback, but obviously I think he's much faster and much better. And obviously with a lot of coaching and you know, I think he will play better. The Watson rumors, I don't believe them for this year. I don't believe any of them for this year. I think next year, if Jalen Hurts plays horrible, I'm talking like Carson Wentz horrible last year. I mean, I'm talking not up to par, throwing 2 picks a game, fumbling the football, just not doing well in this system. I honestly think that there might be a trade for Deshaun Watson next year, only if Jalen Hurts doesn't work out. Nick Barr says, Kavon breakout this year. I hope so. I mean, Ronnie McLeod comes back. You have Anthony Harris you got from free agency, which is another pretty good signing I actually like. But obviously it's a 1-year deal, so there's nothing promising about it. And he's, 30 years old, so you never know what can happen. But Eagle Slayer says, who gave Smith the Slim Reaper nickname? I don't even know. People started saying it. Ryan Rose, James Pierce will retire as former Philadelphia Eagles football player, and I hope so. Big D says, I think Rager will get synergy catches. Him not being a focal point will be an advantage. And I think you're right. I think with the less, Rager's not going to be a number 1 receiver, but he's going to be a nice complement receiver. So I think he could be a really good number 2 guy. Or you put him in the slot and do different things with him. I think they should do that. I've been on board with putting him in the slot and giving another guy a chance on the outside because I don't know if every player can't play on the inside. You have Greg Ward. Maybe Grimes could, maybe, Fulgham could. I don't know. But I think you need that speed guy on the inside always, as well as the outside. But I think you can work the middle of the field with some of these inside routes, get some double coverage, and open up the big explosive plays. So I think you're definitely right on that. Michael said, I think it's very possible the D was good last year. We just couldn't sustain drives. I don't think it was that good last year. I really don't. I think, we were injured, number 1. Number 2, Jim Schwartz didn't replace any guys. He kept the same guys on the field. The guys that messed up, Nate Gary messed up every single week, keeping him on the field. He wasn't there the whole season, obviously, but I'm glad there's a new coach here. I'm glad. So, Jock says Kerrigan is better than Chris Long. Yeah, we're gonna see. I thought Chris Long was just amazing. I think Chris Long had the pressure, made guys fumble the football, always got his hands on the quarterback. Fantastic. James says, move Cox now and get another first next year. Well, you could, but I don't think it's going to happen. He's a $23 million cap hit. Look, Fletcher Cox is on thin ice to me right now because number one, he's on the wrong side of 30. Number 2, he had 6 games into last year. Okay, 6 games. He had a sack and a half. That's all he had. That was it. That's all he had last year. It really upset me a little bit. Trumpy says, seriously, is 3rd and 6. We're on offense. What corner in our division can cover Smith? I don't know. I really don't know. I think we just got the second best player in that draft. That's a technical route runner. Great at tracking the football. Sneaky with his speed. I think he's going to be an absolute stud. TexX says Howie's looking good right now. Look, so far it's the roster's come together pretty well. And obviously we need to make sure we're not getting injured. And obviously you can't blame injuries on Howie. He's just drafting the guys and putting this roster together with trades and whatever he wants to do. But we'll see down the road though. We'll see though. I'm pumped for it. I'm really excited for it. Okay, I was making sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Chris Rodriguez says, Howie got me Super Bowl. That's my GM. There is some Howie Roseman lovers out there, definitely. Brian Saransky says, Sirianni is playing Wii. Texas says, saw that my tie I saw my tight end list saying Dallas top 5. I think if he could actually start, he will be. Yeah, I think he's gotten better with his blocking. I think his separation's gotten really good. I think he run past defenses. You can throw 50-50 balls to him like a possession receiver. I mean, I love Dallas Goedert, but I want him as the number 1 starting tight end that they open up in this offense. I want to see just such good things out of him. I'm pumped for it. I'm really pumped for it. Texas says Kavon was talking too much to not break out. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, he does talk a lot on Twitter. If you guys don't know anything about Kavon Wallace, he opens his mouth a lot on Twitter and says something. Even last year, he was like, we were losing like by the Rams game. He was like, if you're not with us, don't ride the wagon when we start winning again, whatever. I mean, the guy wasn't even starting. He was opening his mouth. You know what I mean? James, we should have gotten the rights to Luck in the Wentz deal. Eagle Slayer says Sirianni a weirdo with the rock paper. I don't think it's weird at all, dude. I mean, if there's no weird people in this world, then obviously this world would be boring. It's obviously entertainment, and he just has a personality. Sirianni just has a personality. Like, that's his personality. That's him trying to get close to the players. I mean, I can't blame him to, if that's how he is. Like, I don't think it's weird at all. I have people that act like that. You know what I mean? That are jokeable and do things like that. Chuck says they preach competition. Where is the kicker and punters? We have a punter. We signed an Australian punter a few months ago. And Jake Elliott, I don't know how they want him to be the kicker still. I really don't know, because that man cannot kick a 21-yard. He missed a 21-yard field goal last year. I mean, that's how crazy it has been. It really, that was crazy. I mean, totally crazy. Big D says Fulgham or Grimes. That I want to see. I want to see the competition between Fulgham and Grimes. I'd be really excited to see that. I really would. Jordan says, who's the wide receiver 2? That I have no idea. That's what I'm saying. Put Rager in the slot and do some good things, and just do some good things with him, man. I'm telling you. We got a Shake Squad Army member, man. Primetime Stephen Joyce. Appreciate it, man. Welcome to the Shake Squad Army. You're going to love it here, bro. You're going to love it. Absolutely love it. Appreciate you, man. Let me give you a wrench real quick. Guys, when you become members, guys, when I give you guys wrenches, you do not block people. You do not, unless someone's spamming or saying racist comments or being political. That's a different story. There's no blocking. Obviously, people get timed out for things. But if if I find out from people that, you're blocking people or something like that, then obviously, that's a problem. So you have a wrench, Stefan Joyce. You guys become members. You become a member you become a moderator for the channel as well. So do appreciate. There is 175 people in the chat, guys. Appreciate everybody being here today. Guys, haven't subscribed to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. We cover Eagles news all year round. Very exciting. Off season. We upload videos every day. We do live streams. We have the Philly Shakedown podcast every single week with Philly 500. So please subscribe if you want to see more of that content. Description below for memberships and all that other good stuff down there as well. Hit the like button before you leave and subscribe as always, guys. Appreciate the support. Everybody's been fantastic. Big D says the kicker position should definitely be competitive. I think it should be too. Now, the Eagles did bring in two. The Eagles actually brought in two kickers last year. If I remember, they brought in 2 kickers, and then I don't know what happened after that. Like, they just disappeared. Like, they said, Jake Elliott's better, and then that was it. You know what I mean? That's what happened. I was kind of really upset over that. I don't know why, but I thought there should have been a lot more than what was going on. But it is what it is. Let's see. Walfredo Rivera's 11-6, maybe even 12-5 if defense plays well. I mean, that's good. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I'm not even at that. I mean, I'm at like 7 to 9 wins this year. But as closer as I have this, I could see 8 wins. I could see 9 wins. You could potentially see 10 wins. But to go past 10, I think it's you guys are optimistic. I love it though. I love it. With Hurts as a starting QB. Oh, 100%. With Hurts as a starting QB, definitely. Eagles says so open practice can't come soon enough. I don't know what they're doing open practice this year, if they're allowing fans to come for it. I don't know if they might not even do it. They might just say, you know what? We're going to have fans at the stadium this year. Just let everybody show up when they show up, and that's it. They might not even have it, guys. But it would be nice. It would be nice to do it this year. James M said we lost 2 decent corners in Jones and Douglas due to bad scheme. They look good in our new scheme. Probably guys like you said, Rasul Douglas, Sidney Jones. I mean, Sidney Jones only played good in 6 games and then kind of fell off after that. Rasul Douglas, He had a couple good games. They've had some good short success. They had some success. They definitely did. What about LJ Fort? That was a linebacker for us, and we released him. And then he not even 2 games with Baltimore. He signs a 4-year extension. Kind of annoys me when to think about it. You know what I mean? Xavier Baby says, I'm so hyped for the season. Me and you, brother. Me and you. Definitely. Let's see here. Big D says, short scheme required all elite corners. Most defenses don't require more than one. Yeah, I don't know what they were doing. Picket fence defense. Jalen Mills, thank God he's not here anymore. I'm so glad there's a lot of players that are gone. I mean, Malcolm Jenkins is probably the only player that I would have never got rid of. At the time, it really hurt me. Like, my heart was out of my chest. You have a guy like Malcolm Jenkins in the building. You can't let him go. I mean, they should have tried to at least – I even tried to say, why don't they just try to work something out? Unfortunately, that just happens. I mean, he shouldn't be with the Saints. He should be with the Eagles the rest of his career. Dollar Bill says, what's the likelihood Zach Ertz stays on the roster? I don't think he's staying here. I think he's gone. He's not showing up to off-season workouts. He's not showing up to mandatory off-season workouts. So really, if he starts missing games, he's going to get fined for it. I think, actually, no, if he doesn't show up to mandatory workouts, I think he gets fined too. I'm not sure about that. But I think that's what can actually happen. So you never know. Tech says, Jake Elliott's horrible. It's terrible how bad he is. Yeah, I know. Trust me. Happy, what's going on, man? Sirianni is himself, and all the media blew the rock, paper, scissors way out of proportion after this first interview. I believe in this team, and like Hurts said, no one wants to miss their meals. Got to pay the rent when it's on time. I love it. I love it. Love the words. Love the words. Well, forever verse. I know what Hurts can do. Saw him play at OU this year. Here in OK. Margaret Spike says, Shakes, I feel as though the Eagles will still end up getting Nelson after June 1st. I mean, they could. They definitely could. There's no doubt about it. Lucio Hypnosis says, why Eagles fans want to get rid of Ertz? Dude, Ertz is just he's dwindling down to nothing. He's got no speed. He can't get yak yards. He's got some reliable hands, but last year he played horrible. This whole offense was horrible last year. We've held on to him for too long. Dallas Goedert is going to be a franchise tight end and one of the best tight ends. Ertz is just, unfortunately, we're done. I mean, it's past his time. Should have been traded when we drafted Dallas Goedert. I mean, that's just the truth. So, and he's a $12 million cap hit, like I said before. Why? And then Dallas Goedert's on the final year of his contract. So you're going to put Zach Ertz back on the roster, and you know what I mean? It just makes no sense. You're just going to block. We got a new member to the Shake Squad Army class outage. Do appreciate it, man. Much appreciated. Just subscribing to a membership for the Shake Squad Army. Love it, bro. Okay, you're going to get a wrench. You will become a new moderator for the channel. Guys, like I said, memberships, you'll become a moderator for the channel. Obviously, no racism, no political stuff. Just all fun and games, man. Just all fun and games. Talk football, have fun, and that's it. I always want these chats to be nice and safe. Obviously, no blocking people, none of that, okay? So... let's see. What Forever said, yeah, they're shutting people. What is going on? Oh, okay. They're shutting people's traps with his play on the field. He will shut everyone's trap. Trust me. TexX says, and Ertz wants to be paid George Kittle and Kelsey money. Get him out of here. Yeah, Austin Hooper, Travis Kelsey, George Kittle. You're not getting like when I see those tight ends play, they're getting yak yards. They're getting like 30 yards. Like Zach Ertz catches the ball, and by the time he catches the ball, he can't even take 10 steps. I mean, that's how slow he is. It's just unfortunate. Look, he's going to be an Eagles great. He's going to be an Eagles. He's going to be in the Eagles Hall of Fame. I love it. I love him. You know what I mean? Been here his whole career. It is what it is, guys. And not even just that. The Eagles tried. The Eagles offered him 2 contracts, and he didn't take it. So, and then he goes, then after the game, obviously he's crying because he wants to stay here. But at the end of the day, he's just like, well, the Eagles offered you 2 contracts, and I don't like this is what I don't get. Like, he's 30 years old. Could he be a top tight end anymore? I don't know. I think he could do really well on a loaded roster that needs a tight end. I mean, the Arizona Cardinals need a dominant tight end, at least a guy that's got reliable hands, can work well with their offense, got some good players on that offense. I would love to trade him to Arizona if that was the case, but it just doesn't seem like that's going to happen. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. So, I mean, we'll just have to. We'll have to figure out and see, but, it's just kind of crazy. Marianne John says Ertz wasn't showing much effort when Wentz got benched. Why keep someone that doesn't want to be here? Yeah, that's the truth. That's truth we don't know. I mean, that's just something. That's an opinion we don't know. But obviously he didn't like it. Obviously him and Carson are close. So obviously they probably talked a lot of stuff about the coach and talked a lot about Jalen Hurts and. There's no doubt in my mind Carson and Ertz have talked a lot of bad things about Doug and bad things about Hurts. I have no doubt. Is it true? I don't know, but I have a feeling that it's happened before. But no, if you don't want to be here, get out of here. I don't care if you're the best player on this roster. You know what I mean? Big D says him wanting the money is also why no teams are interested in trading. Yeah, Well, here's the thing. Ertz said he'll play out the rest of his contract, but obviously he wants to go to a different team and wants to be promised a bigger contract. But if he doesn't live up to that contract, doesn't play well, doesn't live up to getting a big contract, that he could honestly become he could become a free agent again. If that's the time. FNN Brad says Zach Ertz should have been long gone. I think he should have been gone by, obviously thinking back because we find out what's really going on, Zach Ertz probably should have been traded by at least the time when Dallas Goedert was drafted down that year, at least the next year after that. DeQuise Green, I really like how everyone is sleeping on Jalen Hurts. I just feel like he is going to ball out. I'm excited too. You're not the only one. I think all of Eagles Nation is excited. Jordan says Ertz going to go to Indy with Wentz and go crazy. Oh, they'd have to trade for him. Unless we just release him and get that cap. I mean, that's a different story. Class Outage says, thank you. Not too many Eagles fans from where I am, so I appreciate you having me. No problem, Class Outage. We love you, man. We love you, man. This is a good channel, good people in this channel. This channel is full of really, really awesome people. You're going to love it here. Texas says, Ertz gets spit on. He is falling down. Birdman says, membership page is down. I don't think so, but I don't think it is. If you go on the computer and just literally go to the homepage of the channel, it should let you if that's the case. Texas says Darren Waller is another receiver. Ertz isn't anything like him. Hold on. Big D says Ertz is beginning his round 2 of contract holdouts. Trade him to Jacksonville. Oh, wait. Tim Tebow's tight end. Urban Meyer literally just did Tim Tebow a favor. That was his old coach back in the day at Florida. So, it makes no sense to me why they even did that. Do you guys like the Tim Tebow as tight end? Does it make any sense? He probably will play better at that position. I can't believe he used to be I can't believe he used to try out. I was actually upset when he didn't make the team. I was actually like, man. Edward Chamberlain said, good stuff. Brian Saransky says, any chance the Eagles make a trade for Jordan Hicks? It could happen. I'd say trade Ertz to. I would love to trade Ertz to the Arizona Cardinals for Jordan Hicks. I don't see why not. Jordan Hicks would be. I mean, he's 28 years old. He's going into his prime. So, Hicks got a voice. I loved Jordan Hicks, but he was hurt, pectoral injury, ACL. Remember that one off season he broke his hand? He was jumping out of the pool on vacation or something, and he broke his hand. I mean, it just didn't stop. They paid him 22 guarantee when we let him walk. I mean, that was a big gamble they took. But obviously, they drafted Zevin Collins, and then they, they figured, I guess they're crowded at linebacker, so they figured, you know what? Happy said Jenkins was a nail holding the awkward defense together. Other than D-line, Schwartz was good in his own right sometimes, but I kind of like his third and long defense with defenders at the first line. I don't know. I didn't like the prevent defense. Number 2, Malcolm Jenkins filled up so many Band-Aids on the secondary. See, when you lose a guy like that, That's why I get kind of crazy with it because Malcolm Jenkins really they moved him all over the place. He was covering all the band-aids in this defense and it really did help and he was a big part of that Super Bowl. He got these guys prepared every single week. He got these guys together. That's why I'm upset that he's gone. Eagle Slayer said he can hold out for all I care. Yeah, more cap is going towards us. So Texas says, I pray for Jesus himself. We play the Colts and blow them out. That would be amazing. Well, next year, 2022, we'll be playing in Indy. Oh, imagine if that game was in Philly. Oh, man. Why is it always doesn't go towards our favor? Happy said, I knew people that absolutely hated it too. Jock said we should have traded Ertz to Cowboys instead of giving up a third-round pick. But you say you mean to take the Le'Veon? I don't know. I don't think he'll take the Le'Veon Bell route. He's not going to lose money. He's not going to because any money he loses, it's going to go right into our cap space, and he ain't doing that. He ain't doing that. Le'Veon Bell just didn't care. I mean, good for him, but just didn't care. Matthew Cack said, I was at the game in Buffalo a couple years ago when Miles Sanders broke off that 60-yard touchdown run. I'm from Central New York, so anytime they are in Buffalo, I go. Hey, man, that's awesome. To see that run would have been so awesome, in person, man. That's awesome. Eagle Slayer says, I trade him to the Giants because he'll never get the ball from Fumble Jones. Well, Ferrer said Wentz stunk it up for most of 2019 and all of 2020. Yeah, 2019, definitely most of the season. The last month of the season, he didn't. He played fantastic. And then, obviously, this big disaster this past year. FFN Brad says, all Eagles fans stop asking for an injury-prone linebacker Jordan Hicks. We need a corner. Well, he wasn't injury-prone I don't think he was injury-prone with Arizona. So, there's obviously something going on with this, with what we're doing with these medical exams. I don't know. Like, as soon as Doug got here, it just got worse. Like, I don't know why. Like, what are they doing? When Chip Kelly was here, these guys were playing. There was no substitutions. These guys were playing the whole entire game with Billy Davis and his defense. And then I don't know what happened. Doug came here, and I don't know. King One Rocky says Smith being double will free up Rager for tons of yards this year. 100%. It's going to free up more than Rager. It'll free up Dallas Goedert. It'll free up a lot of Kenneth Gainwell in your backfield, Miles Sanders. I mean, I'm telling you, it's going to do a lot. Just say everybody goes upfield and you got running backs that could go out for passes and you can get big chunk explosive yard plays. And that's what Nick Sirianni is all about, opening up for those big plays. Birdman 951 says on phone. On computer, bro. I think on computer. I don't know why it's not working. It should work. We've already got 2 members already, so I don't know why it's not working for. That's weird. Happy says, Texas said, if we get into the playoffs and Carson gets the Colts into the playoffs for the first, believe me, there's no way we lose to the Colts. The team would have a huge fire under there. If we play that playoff game at home, oh, man. Fantastic. Jordan says trade for James Brad. The Giants ain't getting rid of James Bradbury, bro. That's definitely not happening. DeQuise Green said, I bet Tebow would do more after the catch than Ertz. That's actually scary. That's actually scary and pretty bad. Gavin Stack says, I'm so hyped to get my first Eagles game this year. I've never been to one because I live on the other side of the country. Well, Gavin, I hope you enjoy yourself. It's nice to go to one. It's nice being home to watch it because you're near your bathroom. You don't have to drive back if you drive far. Like, I have to drive 2.5 hours to get to an Eagles game, but I'm going to the opener, so I'm pretty excited, man. Pretty excited. Tex says that Hicks and Kendricks duo was amazing back then. It was good. Birdman says Tebow has a chance. I think he does. I mean, we'll see how he does. We'll see. Betty Chase says Urban Meyer's got to be backup QB low key. That's funny. We got Tavares Jones with the super chat. That thumbnail. He just wants to show his thumbnail. Look at his thumbnail. Keep safe, everybody. Oh my God! I laughed so hard when I remember Tavares Jones went to Philly 500's live stream with that. And it was the funniest thing ever. Eagle Slayer says just trade his to Buffalo Tre'Davious White and picks if you really give about winning. But that's what I'm saying, bro. They're not going to give up multiple picks. If you want to give up 3-4 picks for Tre'Davious White, I don't think it makes any sense to do that. I don't think it makes any sense to do that at all. Big Ben says Chip Kelly had them on sleep schedule and had them drinking smoothies. Yeah, well, they were on some type of sports science, nutrition, sleep study. I mean, there was a point during the year. There was actually a point during the year when literally Chip Kelly wanted cameras in all their bedrooms to see how they would sleep, and there was news about that. I don't know if that was true, but that was some weird stuff. He wanted cameras in their bedrooms to see how they would sleep, and I don't know. I don't know. Are you treating these guys like players, or are they just your robots? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. Texas said, "You think Adoree or Bradbury can hold Smith?" I think Bradbury has a chance, but still, NFL nowadays is receiver based. I don't think anyone's gonna be able to. I mean, look, you'll be surprised, but if Smith gets covered, Adoree Jackson got paid too much money. I'm sorry, but this is a guy that they got really desperate for him, and I don't know. It looks good on paper, but I think Smith is gonna. If Smith gets covered, it's just gonna open up a lot more for everybody else. That depends on what Nick Sirianni does with these plays. They could put Nick Sirianni. They could put Devontae Smith on a route to where it looks like he's getting the ball, but he's really not, and it opens up another play for somebody else. So I don't know what the case is going to be, but it should be exciting though. Eric Trans said, "What happens if the rookie wide receiver don't work out?" Oh, that's if he doesn't work out, it's obviously going to be on Nick Sirianni in his scheme if that's the case. But I'm not even, that's the last thing I'm even worried about. Trey and Nastasio says, "If Tebow scores a touchdown, I'm turning off ESPN for 7 days." Tavares Jones, man, I know. I laugh every time, bro. It just gets funny every time. Appreciate the super chat, man. Happy says, "What medical things we were doing as I'm crossing my fingers, hoping for injuries to go to health, stay for young and older players." Yeah, that blue tent. It's like, I remember that one game. Like, remember the Falcons game last year? Remember that? And it was like our whole offense was hurt before, like, the first play. Like, they were stretching, and, like, our whole offense just disappeared. It was literally Nelson Aguilar. That was the only healthy receiver we had. I mean, I was really mad. I was really mad about that. But, there's a line at the blue tent. There's 2 players waiting for I'm like, oh my God. This is just ridiculous. Gavin Sex, "I'm going to the Bucs-Eagles game, probably an L, but it'll be fun." Nah, I mean, it's your first game, man. Who cares? I mean, just enjoy yourself. Promoto Dragon says, "I'm going into my first ever Eagles game. I love Tom Brady, too, so it's Bucs-Eagles." 2 people going to the Bucs-Eagles game. That's awesome. James said, "Before I go, I've got to say that I miss Trent Cole." You miss Trent Cole and just how physical and just how he would tackle the quarterback. He would get a sack or make a tackle in the backfield on a big explosive play, hard hitter, physical, and he would just do his Trent Cole pose all the time. I used to love it. Torville says, "Dr. Pepe is going to use Eastern medical techniques like acupuncture to keep the players healthy this year." Dr. Pepe, what a fun joke that was. Jordan, "Isn't Garrett Conley a free agent? Why don't the Eagles get him? Your DBs are struggling right now." Yeah, I mean, he's just not a good cornerback anymore, but it's up to Jonathan Gannon if he thinks he could develop him. I mean, Jonathan Gannon developed Xavier Rhodes. I mean, Xavier Rhodes got a big contract, played 2 years for the Vikings, and another 2 years, couple seasons, and played horrible. Went to the Colts on a 1-year deal, and he balled out. I mean, Xavier Rhodes turned his career around, and that was when he was 31 years old, which still to this day I'm kind of, Tavares Jones says, super chat for Tavares Jones. He says, "I'm going to change it soon. A 500, make it his backdrop." Oh, God. Change it to something else, dude. He'll love it. I mean, he'll definitely love it. There's no doubt about it. Matthew says that Matthew Kag says that was Miles' first touchdown in Buffalo. Ironically, my first Eagles game I saw in person was 2003 in Buffalo. I was 16. Westbrook broke off a 63-yard touchdown, his first career touchdown as well. Crazy you saw both on their first career touchdowns. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Happy says, "I honestly think thinking about taking my girlfriend to her first Eagles game this year. I don't know what home game I should take her to though." I mean, you could take her to the opener. You could say, it depends how much you want to spend because obviously it's going to be more expensive now, beginning of the season because a lot of the ticket prices have gone up. Like, look for a game like late in the season if you don't mind the cold or you don't mind anything like that. Look something towards later in the season. You'll get cheaper tickets that way. The further the game is, the more cheaper it is. So if that's the case, then yeah. Charles the Vibe said the drive Hurts is going to lift the team offense up. Carson was a great guy, but I think we overrated his leadership abilities. Only guy he had a connection with was Hurts. You're right, and we saw the true colors of Carson Wentz. That's definite. FFN Brass says Adoree Jackson is an average corner. I'd rather Steven Nelson. Imagine if we got Adoree. Yeah, unfortunately that didn't happen. I mean, for that much money, I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of it. Texas says Kavon could be the next Jenkins. He has the mental state. He has the voice he needs, the training, and the skill. I think he's been working his tail off this offseason. So, you know what I mean? It's, it is what it is. Brian Staransky says, what popular player was tough to see go, Malcolm Jenkins or Brian Dawkins? Oh, man. I don't know. That's a hard one. That's hard. I think Dawkins, because he was just such a different breed and a player that he was, and going to Denver was just such a big mistake, and should have kept him and should have played his last years here. I don't know. I feel like because he was such a generational player, and I'm not saying Malcolm's not, but because I have more memories of Brian Dawkins, you know what I mean? So it's obviously it makes me more upset, but Gavin's Texas, I'm really excited for this year. I feel the Eagles will be pretty good and shock people, especially Hurts. I agree, man. I'm on that train, bro. I'm on that train. I ain't getting off. FMN Brad said Brian Dawkins. Alex Hayden says, Joey, how many hours a day or weekly do you spend on Eagles-related things? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't take much to make a video. Like, it's I'm used to it now. Probably I don't know. It depends. If I live stream, it could be more than a 15-hour week on videos. It could be a 15 to 20-hour week maybe on stuff for the Eagles, maybe, depending on how busy and the time of month it is. So it all depends. Sean West says, at least we have the Sixers. Definitely. Class Out says, our offense could take the pressure off corners if we get ahead early. And I don't want any slow starts from this offense at all. I think Nick's going to get these guys ready and prepared to, punch somebody in the mouth first game. You know what I mean? Jordan says Logan Ryan was just pushing for Jackson, so the Giants got him. I'm really excited for our secondary. Yeah, no, Logan Ryan was huge. I mean, they both played together when they were in Tennessee, and it definitely helped before Adoree came to obviously to visit the Eagles the next day. But at the end of the day, I think he got paid way too much money. I mean, I don't think Adoree Jackson's that worth that much. But obviously Adoree up the bid on his. I mean, I think he was hurt last year, wasn't he? I think he was hurt. I think he was. But Gavin says, why didn't we get Jalen Ramsey when we had the chance a couple years ago? At the time, I don't even know what other things we were doing at the time. Howie Roseman, I think they did call about it, but obviously they wanted too much, and they just didn't do it at the end of the day. So. Alex Hayden says, Joey, you've said many times that you foresee the Eagles trading away one of our first rounds next year, but why not keep all three and have 3 guaranteed start? I mean, you could, but I just don't see it happening. Keeping 3 first-round picks in 1 draft, I mean, they could, but I don't know if they're actually going to do that. If it was up to me, either take one of those picks and trade back to get more picks, or to get more picks for the 2023 draft. This way you have some more security for the next draft. If that pick is in a good spot, obviously, kind of do something like that if that's the case. But I wouldn't mind that at all. I think, you have some cap space next year. You have cap space. You have 10 draft picks, potentially 10 draft picks next. You have 10 draft picks next year. So I mean, there's 3 first rounders. I mean, you could do a lot with that. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind taking one of those first and trading for a really good player. Texas said, I'm going to the Jags-Falcons game, and I'm still going to have a rep my Travis Fulgoat jersey. Tavares Joe says, I live in Indy, get to see Carson bum wins all season. Oh, my God. I think that's funny. But, hey, it is. Appreciate the super chat, man. Much appreciated, bro. 575 LND 999 says hot take. Josh Sweat leads the team in sacks while playing 55 to 65% of snaps, 11.5. You know, Josh Sweat's gotten better every single year, man. And you know what? I don't like Josh Sweat on a rotation. I think he actually plays better when he's in the game a lot longer. The longer he's in, the more disruptive he is in the backfield. So really, I would love it. I wouldn't mind it if that happened. You would have to resign. I mean, then you have a good player right there. I think you have a good player right now, but you have a lot of defensive ends right now coming into this room, and I think they'll keep about 5 defensive ends if it's up to me. I think they will do that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. TexX, we could have got D-Hop. That one, a second round and a running back. David Johnson and a second round for DeAndre Hopkins. I know Howie Roseman made the call for that. He definitely did, but man, I don't like that Howie Roseman doesn't give up anything more than a 4th round pick. You never see him give away anything higher than a 4th round for a player. You never do, ever. And that needs to change. That really needs to change. I thought that was we should have got him. Big Ben said, if next year a player like Smith falls on your lap, do you pick him up on the draft day or go for a need? I think you really got. This is like the wait and see approach. You got to wait and see how these receivers do this year. Honestly, we have so many receivers right now; they can't mess this up. Like they literally have to get the receivers set. They have to get these receivers set because it's just too much right now. It's way too much. They shouldn't get a receiver for another 10 years. After all these receivers they have right now, they shouldn't be looking for a receiver next year. It just depends how this year goes with these receivers and obviously how they're used and who's doing well and who's not doing well. And if they do well, I think at the end of the day, you still got to if you become, we're not a loaded roster right now, but it's a pretty good roster on paper right now that's coming together slowly. But if it comes next year, I always believe in best player available on your board. That's what I believe in when it comes to drafts. So honestly, I think that's what they should go by. Now, if they're loaded, if they get in the free agency and sign a lot of guys and do some different things, then they're a player or two away. Go get a need if that's the case, but make sure your need is a skillful player that's going to compensate. What you give. What they're going to do in the first game. That they're going to be a starter for a long time. So. Tavares Jones with the super chat says, I want a wrench too. These super chats aren't coming up. It's really annoying me. So, guys, like I said, guys, when you become members of the channel, you get wrenches. And obviously, if I see you a lot in the chat for a lot of live streams, you will get a wrench as well. So you guys will get wrenches. There is 159 people in the chat, guys. It is 1:26 a.m. Eastern time right now. It's late right now. I'm still streaming. There's 161 people in here. Appreciate everybody being here. Guys, haven't subscribed to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. We go over Eagles news all year round. Videos uploaded every day. Go on my channel. Check everything out. We do live streams. We have a Philly Shakedown podcast every Saturday at 9 p.m. with Philly 500. We have our own podcast now. If you guys obviously, subscribe to the channel, guys. It does not hurt. Subscribe. Like the video before you leave, guys. Really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. I'm sorry, Tavares. I'm sorry, bro. Tavares is really upset. He's upset with me right now. It's okay, though. Appreciate everybody. Like and subscribe, guys. Much appreciated. The support's been unreal, guys. You guys have been you guys make my day, really. Doing live streams, I connect with all you guys, and we talk Eagles and just chill out. So it's been a lot of fun. A lot of fun. TexX, and we have 3 first rounds. Why couldn't we trade up? Well, we have 2 as of right now because Carson Wentz needs to obviously play 75% of the snaps. For next year trade up? Yeah, they could. Of course they could. They could do whatever they want. Next year is going to be interesting. We need to see how our roster, we need to see what players play well, what players don't, what veterans are going to be out the door, free up some cap space, who's going to move up and take those spots. So next year is going to be a very exciting offseason. It's going to be even more exciting than this offseason that we had. Alex Haynes said, what is our biggest weakness on the coaching staff? Are all of these new young coaches solid, or is this is someone a pretender? I think this is another wait and see approach. I mean, we can't say anything yet until we see a product of what they're putting on the field, what they're doing, what Jonathan Gannon's doing with this defense, what Nick Sirianni does with this offense, what Shane Steichen is the offensive coordinator, what Brian Johnson's doing with Jalen Hurts as the quarterback coach. I mean, this is something that we're not going to have an answer for right now. This is like a wait and see approach with, I don't know who's a pretender. I mean, I don't think any of them are. I think they're very good developmental coaches that have had success being quarterback, worked with quarterbacks, Shane Steichen and Nick Sirianni have worked with receivers, were receiver coaches, quarterback coaches. They weren't just tuned into one coaching position. They've done a lot of different things. Jonathan Gannon has done really well developing cornerbacks in Indy. So, I mean, this is just something we have to wait for, obviously. Torval, I'm hoping Hurts pans out. We use our three first on defense next year. Get a couple of good young cornerbacks and a dynamic pass rusher. Class out says X out and join. We're actually getting on to over 2 hours right now. 2 hour stream. Hey, Eagles for life. Let's go Eagles. George says you might not even have to trade up for Stingley, bro. I mean, may not. I mean, I don't know how good we're gonna play next year, but we'll see. Tavares Jones says, I'm here every time. 575 LND99 says, who is our X? Or does Sirianni move around Smith because he's been best playing off the line and mismatch in the slot? I think you can move him. I think they're going to move him all over the field. I mean, for what I'm getting out of it, I think they're going to move Devontae Smith everywhere. And obviously when he moves, then other guys have to move as well. But Devontae Smith moving everywhere is really going to – which is a good thing, guys. I mean, because he's not used to one side, so it's good. It's good. No problem, Tavares. No problem, man. Jock says, see, time flies by. 2 hour stream. Go, Joey, go. George says, college football ain't even started yet. Eagle Slayer says, I would give you a super chat, but I'm losing money in life. Of much love, brother. Yeah, I know, bro. I don't expect any of that from anybody. I don't expect super chats or any of that. But people that do it, I do appreciate it. It goes a long way, man. Eagles for life is always good stuff, Joey. Appreciate it, Eagles for life. Class outage, man. Eagles fan for like Falcons shopping Julio. I think he has 2 years left in him. I don't know. Like I think they've been listening to phone calls, but they don't want to do it. But we'll see. We have to face Kyle Pitts week 1 as well. So Gavin says, keep up the great work, Joey. You're the goat of Eagles YouTubers. No, I'm not, bro. I'm just a fan, just like you guys, that just puts out news. I just put out news, and that's it. I have a passion for doing this, and that's what I've been doing. So. Hold on. I'm getting confused now. Maxwell Eccleberry says, found you because of Philly 500, bro. Keep up the good work, man. Really been enjoying your vids lately. I appreciate it, Maxwell. Me and Philly 500, if you're coming from his channel, do appreciate it as well. Me and Philly 500, we talk off camera as well, not just about football, but we're really good friends as well. He's a good guy. But appreciate the support everyone's been giving me, especially you, Maxwell. Much appreciated, bro. FN Brad says the only player I want, if it's possible, one Steven Nelson, two Brian Poole, Malik Hooker, and Jordan Hicks. I mean, I think those are the top. I think those are the top three, definitely. I think those are definitely top three, four guys you could definitely get. So. We got another super chat from Tavares Jones. Appreciate it, man. He says that it's that Biden money. Those stimulus checks. Everybody's got to spend those stimulus checks, bro. I think that's hilarious. I'm trying to find my spot again. Hold on. Christian B says Hurts will not work out. Well, I guess he's a Giants fan. But everyone has an opinion. Everybody has an opinion. Alex Haynes says, how would you rank the NFC East right now? I think this is the worst division in football right now. I think the worst division in football. I think this is the absolute worst division in football right now. As a whole, I think the worst division. Ranking system, I don't know. First, second, third, fourth, I don't know. But I need to see how this goes. I need to see how the season goes, bro. I don't do stuff like that. Like I gotta see. Like we're predicting this while everyone's 100% healthy, and that's how it looks on paper. Corey Williams says, yes, sir. Keep up the good work. Appreciate it, Corey. TexX, you have to move Smith around, confused out of those defenses. Yeah, I think that's going to work really well. Class out, we need to make up a chant for every Hurts touchdown. Oh, we'll figure it out. Trust me. We'll figure it out. Eagles fan for life. It's 8:30 a.m. Damn, man. You on the? Wow, that's crazy. Are you on the? What is that? This StreamYard thing is weird. I don't know why it does this. Sorry, it's the chat. It does weird things. 575 LD 999 says, great job, Shakes. But I should be sure to join the next stream. Appreciate it, man. I'm trying to just make up for the last stream because my internet went out twice. I mean, I did an hour and 24 minutes, but I felt really bad. We had a lot of people in there, and a lot of people left, and I want to apologize for everybody that came in. Happy says, best scenario for wide receivers this year is Smith balls. Rager breaks out. Fulgham is a stud. He was for 4 weeks before benches. Quez is a burner, and others are good competitors. I agree. I think there's a lot out of this. There is a lot out of this wide receiver core that we haven't hit the surface with a lot of these players. I think that's definite. DB and Talking Now says, how do you feel about LaRaven Clarkson? I like it. I think it's a solid signing. Plays, I think played 14 games, only gave up 6 sacks. Solid, swing tackle. He was a swing tackle for the Colts. Relatively young, very good player. He's not a bad player. He's got some technique issues just a little bit, but he's just big and he's massive and he's going to be he could beat out Andre Dillard. He actually could. He actually could really beat Andre Dillard if he does come in here and do some good things. Jeff Stoutland gets his hands on him. You could be looking at another swing guy for this team. Alex Hayden says, I put on Joey Shake 72 when I go to sleep sometimes. Your voice is like an Eagles David Attenborough documentary. Very My voice is definitely not soothing. I know people that have some soothing voices, but definitely not mine. But hey, I appreciate it, man. If that's your thing, man, I appreciate it. Christian B says Hurts ranked 31st. Yeah, I know. PFF, man. Texas says Brian Poole is very underrated. Why a lot of people are saying Brian Poole is bad. Brian Poole's injury prone. I don't know. A lot of people say a lot of bad things about Brian Poole. I don't know. Gabe Tech, these Giant fans are on my nerves. Let them get their laughs in. I mean, look, if they're gonna turn into the Cowboys fans, all they want to do is win the East. You gotta do more than that, bro. I live in New York. I'm a New Yorker, okay? These Giant fans have no passion. These Giant fans, yeah, they have passion when it's convenient for them to have passion. Let me tell you something. They're on no line with the Philadelphia Eagles fans at all. Period. They're not. They'll never be. The Jet fans have more passion than Giant fans. That's 100% definite. They root for their team every year, even though they're horrible, okay, and they play bad. I mean, I live in New York. I know these Giant fans they're a bunch of fake. They're just fake. All of them are just like that. Unfortunately, Jock said the new corner Scott was an Eagles fan, so he bleeds green already. Yep, Joe. I forgot his first name, but yeah, he's been an Eagles fan his whole life. See what he brings to the table. NFC East going to be Jordan says NFC Beast going crazy this year. No negative records. Actually, the only division, I think if I'm right, the only division in football that has Super Bowls. I think the only division in football that has all Super Bowls. It's crazy. East for Life, we're the only division in football where all teams... Oh, there you go. Oh, we're the only division in football where all teams have won a Super Bowl. Yes. It's weird I just said that. Torville says, I think the AFC South is worse than the AFC East now. Texans and Jags aren't good. Colts are overrated. Titans are good. I think the Colts I think their first 6 games are pretty hard, but I don't know. The Titans are good, but I just don't believe in their quarterback situation right now. I'm just not a fan of it. Never was a fan of it. Eagles fan for life on a contract in Saudi. Wow, man, you're far, man. Well, you're very far, dude. Stay safe, man. Eric Stewart says Hurts is going to surprise a lot of people, in particular the. Oh yeah. It's gonna. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this. Have said, Gavin, these Giant fans are going to be in their feelings when Hurts and Smith for the next 10 years. Yeah. Eagles for life. So always look forward to your YouTube, bro. Thanks. No, appreciate it, man. And I have 2 videos coming out tomorrow. I have 2 videos scheduled tomorrow morning at 7 and 8 a.m. Eastern. So just letting you guys know, mostly every day I have 2 videos coming out the next day. So I schedule 2 videos the next day every day. So look out for those. George said, y'all think we're worried about someone who completes 50% of his passes? Reginald Bones said, I feel good about the offense as long as we stay healthy, but our secondary has to get a lot better. We faced a lot of good offenses this year. Bramato Dragon says, I low-key think Grimes is going to ball out this year. I hope so. I hope we see something. Happy says they might be trying Grimes. I have to see it to believe if they try Grimes for tight end. I don't know. Superfan said, why do people forget that Hurts did against the Saints? All the haters still see week 1. We'll see week 1. Yeah, he definitely ran the ball more than he passed the ball that game. I thought the Arizona game was his best game, but obviously the team around him didn't do, defense didn't do much of anything. Almost had a comeback win that game, and then obviously it got worse after that. So, Reginald Bowen said, we really need Rager to have a big year. Texas said, out of everyone that the Keys could have released, they released one of their best defenders, Brian Poole. He was going crazy. They released like what? I don't know what Brian Poole did last year. I didn't follow him, so I'm not really sure. Happy says Josiah Scott. Okay, so that's I keep forgetting his name. Torvald said the Giants have Evan Ingram's hands and Danny Dimes' fumbles to worry about. F. Ben Bratt said, my brother is a Giants fan. You should have saw his face on draft night when we got Devontae Smith. I bet. Eagle says, I remember when Plaxico Burress signed with the Jets, Jimmy Fallon made a joke about saying Jets, pew, pew, pew. Brian Saransky says, at least Hurts doesn't tackle himself compared to Daniel Jones. Texas said, Josiah Scott played with A.J. Bouts, Jalen Ramsey, and he played a slot. He held his own. They were there. That's a hard task. We have 2 great defenders at the time, and he held his own. Yeah, I heard. He's been a pretty good slot guy, good nickel guy. George said, FFM Brad, that was what was his face when we got first-round pick from the Bears? I was happy. First-round pick from the Bears? Oh, yeah, from the trade back. Obviously, the Giants trade back out a first-round pick. And Perfect Family 7, this new coach got to wake up and know Hurts and Smith is the future for us. Don't waste our talent, and that's unfortunate. Like don't. I think we've wasted a lot of guys over the years that had potential, and then obviously get more potential or more of this success when they leave the Eagles, and I don't like seeing that. It really does put me down. DB Talking Now says, you think Malik Hooker could still be post-June? He could. He's coming off an injury last year. It's low risk, high reward. They could. I would say bring him in, give him a shot, see what he could do. I don't see why not at this point. Texas says, Giants fans saying they didn't want Smith, that Tony is underrated pick and his stud funny fan base right there. Yeah, well, Kadarius Toney was a total reach. Should have been a second-round receiver. I don't know why they think he's a late first receiver. I thought Toney was a second-round receiver. And obviously the news came out that they wanted Smith. So it was by Ian Rappaport and Schefter, so I don't get why they have to lie about it. Gavin said, watching your videos has turned into a daily routine. I've been watching every day for about 2 years now. Wow, that's awesome, Gavin. I appreciate the support from you and everybody, man, that watches, dude. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. When you guys watch my content, it really does. It makes me very grateful for what I have, because this channel was not supposed to be like this. This channel was literally just like a channel just to get my mind off things about, get my, just an outlet for Eagles stuff. That's all it really was. And it turned out to be something, that could be something special one day. FM Brett says he still is very mad that they traded down. Other than that, guys, we have 151 people in the chat, guys. Appreciate everybody being here. We're going to go for like another 3-4 minutes. But if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Much appreciated from everybody being here, supporting the channel. Please like the video before you leave today. It really does help go a long way when you like this video. When you like the video, you're supporting me, and that's all that matters. If you guys haven't checked it out, become members. If you haven't, down below, the memberships are there for everyone, for those custom emojis and those nice labels. So if you guys have not, I'm going to be adding more to the memberships very soon. It's been exciting, guys. I've had a really good time in this off season and seeing what this team could do, and I'm seeing this roster come together a little bit more each time. So it's been a lot of fun, guys. It's been a lot of fun. Class Out says, I'm still smiling about when Jones tripped. The football gods are with us. Superman, what's up, man? He says, does this 2021 team remind you of 2011 Vic, D-Jack, McCoy, Hurts, Sanders, Smith? You know, it's weird. It's like I've heard a few people say that already. It kind of does in a weird way, and at the same time, like, I don't want to get my hopes up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be disappointed, but I'm getting good vibes. I think overall, like, if it doesn't remind us of, like, Vic, D-Jackson, and McCoy and having Jeremy Maclin and stuff, I think at the end of the day, I think it really shows that, you know, they're really building around Jalen Hurts. I mean, they're giving him so many receivers. I mean, they have 8 running backs in competition. I mean, they're getting offensive linemen. They're getting depth for offense. They're doing everything for Jalen Hurts. I think they're putting him in the best position possible as of right now. But I get what you're saying, man. I get what you're saying. We got a new member in the house for the Shake Squad Army, Tavares Jones. Appreciate it, man. Like I said, you guys become a member, you guys get a wrench. That's how it goes. Or if I see you obviously on the chat a million times every stream, I'll definitely, if you ask for it, I will give you a wrench as well. So much appreciated everybody being here. Tavares Jones, welcome to the Shake Squad Army, bro. And to deliver us from these great thumbnails that are fantastic. These profile pictures are so funny, which is great. So I do appreciate it, man. George says, cool stream, Joey. I enjoy trash talking to the Eagles fans, but you're a cool guy, man. Good luck with the channel, bro. Appreciate it, Jordan. Yeah, no, it's you know, I have some friends that are Giant fans as well. So, you know, I have friends that are Giant fans, and they always do stuff to me. I do stuff to them. You know what I mean? We always get on each other about our teams. But, hey, appreciate it, bro. You like the content. I do appreciate it, bro. Much appreciated. Especially from other fans, other rival fans as well. I don't mind it. I'm very truthful about everything. I don't I mean, it's not really this isn't really a trash talking channel, but I mean, you know, a little trash talk don't hurt. Paul 44 says Hurts played well against Saints in Arizona. He was bad against Dallas. He was pulled out against Washington. We need to see a larger sample size before he is exactly. That's why I wanted to give Jalen Hurts a chance this year. That's why. You know what I mean? Luke's of Hazard 40 says BG said Sirianni put a basketball hoop in the team meeting room to emphasize competition. You know, people are going to make jokes about that, but it's just competition. It's just, you know, I like the personality we're getting out of you know, Nick Sirianni. Like, everyone thinks it's weird, but I don't think it's weird. I think it's funny as hell. I think it's great. I don't see why not. Tavares Jones says, I'm here, fools. Joshua Rogers says Joseph Scott didn't play with A.J. Bouye or Jalen Ramsey. They were both long gone. Scott was just drafted in 2020. Trevor says, I'm grateful to Jerry Jones for hiring Mike. No motivational skills. McCarthy at coach last year and for training down to let us get Devonta Smith. Keep up the good work, Jerry. Kevin Bacon, what's going on, bro? Tay Jordana says, do you think the Eagles will beat the Dallas Cowboys? I think they could split, but we'll see. Alex says, remember walking around your house holding your phone. Have a good night again tomorrow, Joey. Shake Squad. Squad up. Shake Squad up, bro. Fly, let's fly. Please appreciate it, class. Appreciate the super chats and everything, man. Thank you, Tavares Jones. Cyclone 58 said, I wish I knew more people who were Eagles fans. I know. Well, that's why I made this channel back in 2016, because I don't know any. I made a lot of friends. And, you know, there's guys out there that do YouTube for the right reason, wrong reason. You know, I try to watch everybody. It's hard to. There's a lot of content creators now. Like, there used to not be a lot of content creators for the Eagles, and now there is, which I really do like. I think Eagles content creators are the best. Best out of Giant creators, Cowboys content creators. I think there's a different flavor of so many guys you could watch, and you know, obviously it's great. You know what I mean? So, Brian Saransky, any chance Dickerson plays guard for the one season and move to center when Kelsey retires? I don't know. Like, that's really up to the Eagles what they're going to do. He's not getting redshirted this year, so there could be a chance where he might go in. If there is an injury, he could go in for guard. He could move. He could. I don't know. We're just going to have to see. Only time will tell. Happy says Jordan it's all love between our teams and our competitions. Ken Bacon says, with Schwartz gone, ain't no telling what we got in our secondary. Yeah, we really don't, but I'm hopefully it's for the better. Tavares Jones says, Philly 500 and Joey are the best. Appreciate it, man. I really do appreciate it. We try to put up good content for everybody, you know. Torva said we need to see Hurts play behind our starting offensive line. If you give up a QB, a banged-up offensive line that had 13 different starting combos, what do people expect? And not 13, 14. I'll make the number even bigger for you. 14. And obviously, yeah, we didn't expect a good season. And, your quarterback's already struggling as it is. Your offensive line's banged up. You're barely running the football. So, and if it's Russell says we come in hot for this season. I hope so, man. Deveris Jones says Hurts will be the MVP talk. Mark my words, you've seen it here first. I'll remember that, and I'll be coming back to you. Luke's of Hadger 14 here now was rocking Brandon Graham's shirt at practice too. You have to love the energy he brings to the culture of this team. I love it, dude. I didn't even know that, and I love it. I love him. Pause. Brett Naylor says, if Mulata has a great season, what do you think his next contract will be like? I don't know, man. That's going to be, I don't know. I think next year you're going to give up a lot of cap space. Some veterans will be gone. I would look at Brandon Brooks and Lane Johnson next year. I have a feeling that one of them might be traded. Fletcher Cox doesn't have a good year this year. I think he could definitely be traded. I think it could happen. I think it could. Lucas Farris says, I agree. Hurts will be MVP talks. Dude is born, bred a winner, and is going to getting some serious love and respect in the locker room. Joshua Rogers says, any sleeper picks to make the roster? I got like Trevon Grimes to make the roster. Kenneth Gainwell, Kerryon Johnson. There's a lot of guys I could really put in there. Gavin Stack says, Joey the GOAT. Nah, man, I ain't the GOAT, bro. I don't do well on compliments, by the way, because I don't think of myself as anything, but it's just a content creator, puts out some news, and that's it. But I appreciate it, man. FM Brad says, Eagles need to promote your channel and other Eagles channels. That'd be cool. We got a new member to the Shake Squad Army. We got Texas Eagle. Just became a member to the Shake Squad Army, bro. Appreciate it, man. Much love. If you guys have it, you will get a wrench as well. Anyone that becomes a member, or I see on the channel a lot, will get a wrench as well. So here is you are a official moderator for the channel. Obviously, no blocking people. If people spam or get someone spamming 14 times, you obviously put them on timeout. But no racial stuff. It's really just security for the channel. And obviously, people that abuse this, which it's happened before, I take the wrenches away. But anyone that becomes a member, gets a wrench, becomes a moderator for the Shake Squad Army. Much appreciated, man. Thank you, Texas Eagle. Much love, man. DB Talking Now says, honestly think that Josiah Scott will be included with Maddox and Slay and cover 4 looks, but we'll still need another outside corner. Yeah, that's what we're looking for now, and I hope we get one soon. Happy said, night, y'all. I can't be the only one excited to hear about the next Eagle sign tomorrow. How many players have we acquired daily in a row? It's crazy. Like we got the tackle today, and then we did Kerrigan yesterday, or whatever it was yesterday. It was fantastic. It was awesome. Can't complain. Torvald says, have a good night, Happy. Torvald says, I wouldn't mind Dickerson replacing Isaac at guard this year. Mulata and Dickerson on the left side. Those guys will make it easy for Bob. Look, I think if, Wisniewski got beat out by Samal. Wisniewski was our left guard for the Super Bowl, and, he got beat out. I don't know why, but it happened. So you never know. Dickerson come in, and, yeah, it could happen. You never know. We'll see, though. Eagle Slayer says Jeremy Stevens is going to be the vocal leader, and Void Jenkins was I could feel it. Jeremy Stevens? Are you Jacoby Stevens you're talking about? Hey, look, if he's that moving piece for the defense, I don't mind it. And I see what he's got. Philly Rapture, what's going on, man? He said we'll have plenty of cap space next season once the dead Wentz money is gone. I think it's like $33 million. Lucas of Hazard 14. I was going to say Trevon Grimes is a sleeper as well. He could really make a name for himself as a rookie season, even if he doesn't. He puts pressure on guys like Quez and J-Jaw to perform. 100% puts pressure. I want these players to put pressure on each other. Trevon Grimes, I'm going to say his name right. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He comes with an edge. He's got this nastiness to him. He likes to talk. And I love players like that. You know what I mean? Especially guys that could back it up. Brian Saransky said, bring back David Akers to the Eagles kicker. He probably could kick better. Cyclone says, I really hope we can get Steven Nelson. I hope so too, man. Jock said, everyone hit the like, thumbs up, and subscribe to Joey. Appreciate it, man. Much love, Jock. Much appreciated, man. I got to give Jock a wrench. Jock, you've been on here for so long. I don't know if you... Oh, you do have a wrench. Okay. About to say, if you don't have a wrench, shame on me. Eagle Slayer says, I don't know why I said Jeremy. It's okay. Fox Sage DM says, do you think Rager and Fulgham will silence the doubters? I think they could. I definitely think they could. They showed a lot. They really did. And this horrible offense we had last year, I think time will tell, but in a good scheme that's not predictable, I think they could show a lot more than what they're showing. Joshua Rogers wouldn't be mad if we trade Coxers or other veterans, free up money and get a corner. Look, I'm down for it. Look, I don't care if Cox doesn't. Look, it's not about the sacks. Okay, let's get that right. It's not about the sacks. It's about. I'm seeing Aaron Donald give pressure every single game that he plays, and he demolishes offensive lines. I'm not even seeing that. When Cox gets doubled, it just seems like he can't get skinny, can't get through two guys. I don't know. It just seems like he gets doubled, and that's it. You know what I mean? 6 games, a sack and a half. Come on, man. I don't care. Like, the scheme, whatever Jim Schwartz is doing with the scheme is whatever it is, you're lined up. Like, you got to show what you're getting paid for. $23 million cap hit for Fletcher Cox this year. It's a lot for 6.5 sacks. Some of these sacks were in garbage time against really bad teams. Like, I haven't seen any, it wasn't a good year for Cox, for me at least. Texas says, have you looked at next year free agency? We have hella cap space. I haven't looked at the cap space for next year yet. I'm not sure what's going on with that yet, but I have to obviously look at that soon. Tavares Jones, Hurts, 4,000 passing yards, 800 rushing yards, 30 touchdowns. Damn, that'd be great. Lamonte Wilson says nickel 335 would be a nasty for us. Stevens the GOAT, man. Definitely. Everyone loves Stevens, man. Concrete Green, what's going on, bro? FN and Brad, I like our new signings every day. It makes more. That's what Nick Sirianni promised us, and that's what we're getting. Tavares Jones, Hurts, the next Mike Vick. Oh, imagine. It's a long shot, but we'll see. Cyclone for the Quez would make a great kick return or punt return. Oh, definitely. I want to see. You give. I didn't like what we're doing special teams wise, but I think you have to give these guys that don't make the roster a chance to play special teams. And if they have a skill set that they can use for special teams, sign them and put them in that spot. You know what I mean? That gives. Am I a big fan of putting Smith on everything for kick returns and punt returns? Both? No, definitely not. It's already enough. I don't want him to take big hits, but you know what I mean? Jock says, I do. If I didn't have a wrench by now, I would come to New York and knock on your door. Luke's Varys 40. I think Dallas Goedert is going to make big steps this year and be one of our breakout stars. I think 800 yards and 10 touchdowns. He runs great. Runs great. Dallas Goedert. Yang Gang 22, Joey, seriously, if Cox or any other D-line gets doubled, it means they're doing their... Yeah, I understand that, but look, I understand that he's doing his job, but it's not the way that everyone sees it. Like, you get doubled, it frees up. Well, the thing is, he's getting doubled, he gets attention because, they're worried about him. You know what I mean? They're definitely worried about him. But I see Aaron Donald break through double teams every single week, mostly. I mean, Aaron Donald just does damage. I mean, you don't think Aaron Donald gets doubled? He's got better statistics than Fletcher Cox. He's just a better player than Fletcher Cox. Obviously, I think he's a better pass rusher than Cox. I think Cox is better against the run than he is a pass rusher. But that's just me, though. But it goes both ways. Really, it does. Matty Kaki says it would take a lot of balls to trade Cox. Sorry, I don't think it would. For me, I don't think it would. If the conversation would have to be very good. That's why do not hold on to Fletcher Cox for another 3 years, because I'm telling you right now, like, if they hold on to him way too long, which they do that with Ertz, they did it with too many players, held on to these players for way too long, and then their worth diminishes, and you can't trade these guys, and that's what happens. If he's got if he's got 2 more years on his contract, you trade him next year with another year on his contract, with 2 years left, or whatever it is, then you go do it. Torvis Smith and Fulgham on the outside, Rager Watkins in the slot. I think Fulgham is still a pan out. If you watch him play against the Steelers, he was dominating them. Sirianni will fix him. I think so too. I think he's got, obviously he was hurt last year. He ended up getting hurt, but Travis Fulgham has the ceiling, way far with the ceiling. All right, guys, we've been going for 2 hours, 32 minutes. I'm going to stop here. It's already almost 2 in the morning for me, probably early for some of you guys on the West Coast. But do appreciate everybody coming in today. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We cover the Eagles news all year round, obviously, and it's been a lot of fun. If you guys haven't liked this video, hit the like button before you leave. It really does help the channel out a whole lot, guys, if you guys have not. Much appreciate to everyone that's come in and really asked some really good questions. That's what I'm all about. And I want to do more live. I try not to do too many live streams a week. I'm only doing this one because the last one kind of messed up with the internet going out twice. But appreciate it. The Philly Shakedown podcast. It's not going to be Saturday at 9 with Philly 500. We're either going to do it tomorrow or the next day, or we're probably just going to cancel it. I have some family stuff I have to do on Saturday. I got to take care of that. So probably won't do it. We'll put up, if we're not doing the podcast, we'll definitely put something up, to show, to apologize to everybody. Like, I really want to, get it done, but, we'll see. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Memberships down below, guys. Want to become a member, you get a wrench, and obviously just let me know in the next stream if any of you guys become a member, if we're off live stream or whatnot. So guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys later. So you guys have a great day. We have two videos coming out tomorrow morning, so look out for those. The train never stops here, and go Philadelphia Eagles, fly Eagles fly, and we'll see you guys later. All right, guys. So guys, take care. Shake Squad up, fly Eagles fly. Peace out, guys. Peace.